People see us?
Is it working?
Is it working? I don't know yet. Let me refresh this. Oh, I think we're in a commercial.
Of course.
Gotta have them on the internet.
Hey guys!
Hello. Oh yeah, it's live. What?
This is my line.
Oh.
Okay.
What?
Well,
Okay.
let's see. Hello, Ryan, Stephanie, and Fireside Reads.
Here, let me pull this up and then.
Yeah, you want to have the Google Hangouts thing kind of over because we have like a little bit of a lag there.
Yeah. Because why would technology work well?
I know, right? But it looks like we have 10 viewers right now.
Oh,
Hello,
wow.
everyone.
Oh, I forgot to tweet about it. Let's tweet about it.
Thank you, Stephanie. Hi, Lori. Okay, I'm going to tweet. Okay, I'm just going to do like a quick join us. Oh, actually, I had an automatic tweet that went out when this thing went live, so I'm good.
All right, tweeting
Hello,
right.
everyone. Tammy just finished rereading the book.
Yeah.
We have another person from Canada, Knit and Crochet, and Stephanie's from Ireland.
Oh, that's exciting.
Hi, Nikki. Oh, what are you painting?
Oh yeah, that leg is terrible.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I put the Google Hangout screen over the video, but off to the side so I can see the chat at the same time.
That's a good idea.
Autumn Glory by Bob Ross. I want to see it when you're done. You can send me a picture. So we'll give it a couple more minutes and wait for everybody to like get in and stuff.
For sure. I heard someone, but no one's here.
I'm reading comments. So Knit and Crochet is Cheryl.
Hello, Cheryl. How you doing? Fellow. I mean, totally different sides of the country, but fellow Canadians.
So which side of the country? You're on East Coast, right?
I'm in Ontario, so kind of like in the middle. I'm right south of Detroit, so it's...
Are you Central Time or Eastern Time?
Eastern.
Okay.
So where Detroit is like we're right next to it. So we're kind of in the middle, where I'm at the southernmost part of Canada. So we're special. We're not special.
You're like close to the border between Michigan and Canada.
Say again?
You're close to the border then.
Yeah.
Borderline Michigan, yeah.
The border is like 20 minutes from where I'm at right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You can see Detroit from most of our city.
Nikki's in Michigan.
Oh, hi, Nikki. Where in Michigan? You close? It's creepy, but like, are you close?
Does anybody know of a coffee place called Joe Muggs?
I do.
You do? They're in like
one in a Books a Million.
Mm-hmm.
They have it there.
So Barnes and Noble has Starbucks. Books a Million has Joe Muggs.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking some Joe Muggs right now. They have a coffee frappe that has Coke in it, and it tastes like a Coke float.
Ooh.
That's nice.
It's that's what I'm drinking right now. It's really good.
He's from Grand Rapids. I've been there.
I'm just drinking water. Like a Dasani flavored water.
I have nothing
Thank
to
you,
drink right
Italy.
now. Although Chapters does have Starbucks too. Like the Chapters is the Canadian equivalent to Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
We have Starbucks. I work in a Starbucks next to Indigo, actually. It's terrible. I love the job, but the books are right next to me all the time, and I have no money to spend on books.
That is the life of a book person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My breaks go into there. Like it's rough. It's a rough life.
Oh, today I went and I was like, I just wanted to get out of the house and do something. And I found myself going to McKay's, which is this huge, amazing used bookstore that we have here.
Ooh.
And it just happened to be Customer Appreciation Day. And they were doing giveaways and I won some giveaways. And I came out with like 2 books that would have cost $14 there for $2. Like, yes.
Damn.
We have McKay's. Which McKay's do you go to?
The one in Chattanooga.
Oh, we have one in Nashville too.
I got ink for free.
Oh, look at that cover.
And I got Before the Devil Breaks You.
Ooh, look at Bray.
Hardcover for $2.
Oh,
Wow.
you cannot beat that.
And then I went to Books A Million after.
Of course.
And I bought more books.
Well, you had extra funds. You saved money, so you have to go spend the rest on more books.
Exactly. And then when I went in there, they're like, oh, your little membership thing is going to expire soon. Do you want to renew? If you renew, we'll give you a $10 gift card. Sorry.
So yeah, you have to.
I paid the $25 fee to get the $10 gift card.
You still got $10.
But you get like $100 in coupons too. So I also got 10% off, and I spent like $25, so I got $5 off too as well. So,
Worth it.
It was
worth it. The logic is not really there, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It got me books.
Yeah, it's always worth it. Always.
So I have my Harry Potter here.
I did. Well, actually,
We all have different. I think we all have different ones.
Yep. And I have this one.
Oh, I love that one.
You have
This
the
is like-
Philosopher's Stone.
The original UK. Yeah, you guys, you Americans with the Sorcerer's Stone. It's wrong. It's the Philosopher's
I
Stone.
wonder why they did that. Like,
Um,
why aren't they all the same? Like, why is it the Sorcerer's Stone here when the original is the Philosopher's Stone?
I just love this one.
oh, I want that one. Oh, I want that one so bad.
I know.
saw it
It's
today.
beautiful. I like
have-
Melanie's ones that form the castle, the spines.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The spines make up the castle.
Yeah.
I have 11 copies of this book, and I need more. I need a lot more.
I want to get a copy of the Philosopher's. I think some of the terminology is different. Like they use different words.
I have this one here as well. This is the
Oh,
illustrated.
I really want the illustrated.
Yay!
Coming out right around my birthday every year. So I've been getting these for my birthday, and it's just, it's perfect. It's perfect.
I actually came across one of the Harry Potter books on Book Outlet like yesterday, but it was like, I forget what the title was, but it was the first book, but it was the Latin copy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here, wait. It says it in this one. No, it says it in my other copy. Never mind, I lied.
But
Just-
yeah, I was like, I couldn't pronounce it, but I was just like, why does that look weird? And I clicked on it and it was like the Latin version. I was like, oh, well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Oh, apparently the publishers didn't think Americans would understand what a philosopher was, which I think is ridiculous. But
That is ridiculous.
yeah, it happens. But like, I know these versions spell things like color and neighbor properly with a U. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there are many other differences. I don't know. I don't think I've ever read a Sorcerer's Stone edition. So couldn't tell you.
You should get one and like compare the two.
It is a little different. Some of the words that are different.
Well, the goal is to get every version one day. I mean,
No.
thousands of books later, we'll do it. But I'm excited to read a Sorcerer's Stone edition and then compare. Because I've read this so many times now, I have it pretty much memorized. So I'll know the differences. So I'm excited to see.
I would like to hear your thoughts on the differences, or if there really is much of a difference.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll see if I can get one before the next live show. If not, for the November one, I'll try and get one, read it, and then tell you if there's any differences.
Oh, Italy says that they changed that they say when they say a fortnight to just how many weeks that is.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a small difference.
And that's really, really cool, Stephanie. We were actually in London not this past summer that we just had, but the summer before. And I actually asked my kids if they wanted to do the Harry Potter stuff, and they're like, eh.
Oh, I went a couple years ago and it was amazing. I cried, not gonna lie, I cried a lot. It was so cool. Everybody needs to, like, if they're in London, you need to go. It's so cool. It's totally worth it.
So Xander and I were actually reading them. We're reading it together and watching the movies together. And he watched the movies when he was maybe like 5 or 6 years old. So he doesn't really remember them. So this is all like first time for him too. And after we watched the movie, he was like, we should go to like a Hogwarts hotel. And I was like, I don't know if there is one. There is.
Oh, of course there is.
Oh, yeah.
There is. It's very expensive, but it's in London. There is a Hogwarts hotel. They have a couple of rooms done up, like if you were staying in, like if you were a student at Hogwarts. It's like $700 a night or something ridiculous.
I'd pay it. I'd do it.
It'd be worth it.
And apparently the castle that they filmed the first 2 or 3 movies at, they have like a Harry Potter experience there, and they have flying lessons where you can like fly a broom.
That's exciting. There's a town 5 hours north of where I'm at that they did it last year, right around my birthday. Oh my God, because my birthday is next month, right? So it's in that perfect fall time. And it was sold out, this whole thing. They turned the entire town into a Harry Potter thing. And they have like all these activities and stuff. And it was 2 days long. All the tickets were gone. So we tried to volunteer. And all the volunteer positions were full. Were full. I'm like, are you kidding me? The whole town is Harry Potter? Everything. Like they shut the town down so they can do this. And I missed it. And they're doing it again this year. Also sold out again.
Oh my gosh.
Every
You
time.
need to like get put on a list or something.
Yeah, I am the list. Are you kidding? They should know. I wish. And I know
there's a long waiting list though.
Yeah. And like they had something like 8,000 tickets or something, and they were all gone.
You should like contact somebody in charge of it and see about getting a press ticket.
Yeah, I want to now, because like I started my channel last December, so it was after the whole thing had happened. So for next year, maybe if they do that, I want to see if I can get my way in there and be like, I'll promote you, but I want to see Harry Potter stuff. So we'll see.
Okay. So I have a Harry Potter and the Sorcerer/Philosopher's Stone question. Does anybody else feel kind of bad for Slytherin?
Thank you for saying that. Okay, I am a Slytherin, right? I'm a Slitherpuff. I'm half Slytherin, half Hufflepuff, depending on the day or my mood. The Slytherins get such a bad rap from everybody. Like, the first thing that Ron says to Harry about Slytherins is that there's not a witch or wizard who went bad that wasn't in Slytherin. First of all, that's a lie. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to tell you anything more than that, but it's false. Whole thing is false.
Slytherin get the bad rap.
They do.
Yeah.
I felt bad for them at the end when I was like, I felt like they got robbed because they actually had earned the points to get the house cup or whatever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very last second, everything's decorated in their stuff. They won, but then the last second, oh, the Gryffindors get these extra points. And yeah, I mean, they did some awesome stuff, but
Harry
still.
Brady, 20 points to Gryffindor, like every single time. It's just.
And I was just like, man, Slytherin got robbed.
They did. It's like they earn those all through the year, and then Harry comes in at the last second, and he's like, "Guys, I did something. I did a thing. Give me the
thing."
And it's like, out of all of that, because Ron and Hermione got 50 points each, Harry got 60, and Neville got 10. Are you kidding me? Neville should have gotten more. Poor Neville.
Neville. Oh my gosh, that was a huge thing when we were watching the movie. We're like, what happened to Neville? He was cut out of everything in the movie. He plays such a teeny tiny part. And Xander and I were both going, Neville was supposed to be in that scene. Neville was supposed to be in this. And it's like, he's like in nothing the whole time.
Yeah. It's just because he was there during the am I thinking about this? No, I'm thinking about the second book. Never mind. I lied. Not gonna spoil. It's all blurred together so much because I've read them so many times. But he's such a precious little bean, honestly. He needs all the hugs.
Oh yeah.
And when you get into the later books, you'll understand even more about Neville, but he's just there. He just wants to be everybody's friend. Why are you only gonna give him 10 points for doing the thing that is the scariest thing that he's ever done?
Yeah.
He stood up to somebody who was there to help him. And he did it. And it's he deserves more than 10 points for that. Also because Hermione attacked him. Only 10 points for that? Why?
Yeah, okay. So Hermione attacked him. Why didn't they lose points for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be a no-no.
Yep.
But
he definitely didn't get the credit he deserved.
Yeah, no, okay. What I was thinking of, it was the midnight duel. Because there's a dueling thing in the second one as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was supposed to be there in the books, and then he wasn't there in the movies when they got caught out after. And the movies change a lot, and I don't like.
Yeah, they weren't. When they were all snuck out, and the dragon at the top of the tower thing, that wasn't part of that was part of the book and not part of the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Neville was supposed to be trying to help them, and ended up, but he wasn't even in that scene at all.
Yeah, he's he does play quite a big role throughout all of the books, but you don't see him in the movies much, ever. And it's
I wonder why.
Production costs, maybe they don't want to pay to have. Oh my God, what's his name? Matthew Lewis. He plays Neville.
Yeah.
He got so hot, if we're being totally honest with ourselves. He got so attractive by the end of the series.
He'd probably take all the attention away from Harry Potter.
Exactly.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, I just love how I could see all of these characters in my head, and without having watched the movies, the way that Hagrid is written in here with it with the dialect and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm like reading like Hagrid because I'm reading this out loud to Xander, and I'm like reading like Hagrid.
Yeah.
And it's funny though because I imagine Hagrid sounding a little bit different than he actually does in the movie, because in the book he sounds very, 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 very Scottish.
Yeah, he does. He does. But how did you think the what's the word I'm looking for? The casting was for the movies. Like, did you like the casting, or were there some that you're like, no, it could have been better? Or like, how did you feel about that?
I don't know. I think they all kind of fit. At least the impression that I mean, granted, there were some that I already knew. Like, you see enough stuff over the years, you get an idea of what everybody looks like. I knew, Daniel Radcliffe was Harry Potter and things like that. So I kind of had a little bit of, this is what they look like in my head already reading it. Though in my head, Neville was like heavier set. Like he was a little bit more chunky.
Yeah, I feel that.
And I was like, oh, okay. He was like soft looking in the movie, but not like, I imagine him being a little fluffier.
I think the casting was perfect, but the Dursleys, I think, were like Mr. Dursley. I don't know. He was in the movie. I didn't like that who they had as Mr. Dursley. I don't know. He just seemed kind of. It could have been better, in my opinion.
See, I really liked Mr. Dursley because it was almost exactly to the description for him.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Mr. Dursley too. Though bringing up him, it made me think of a part that wasn't in the movie that's in the book, where he's like going through his day and he's hearing people whispering about the parents and Harry Potter before
the very
brought to their house.
Yeah, that's the very first bit where he was just thinking about his drills and he had his back turned to the windows and he yelled at 5 people and he had a great day and he didn't know anything that was going on. Like,
and then there's owls acting weird.
Yeah, I wish it started like that.
I was just like, oh, that's not in there at all.
No, it just starts right when Dumbledore shows up. And
yeah, I put like that little clip. I was blogging when I was reading it and when we watched the movie and stuff. And I put that little clip of the movie in when Dumbledore comes with his, like, what does he call it?
The
light
powder, but it's a deluminator
or something. Yeah.
That's
where he's like sucking the lights from the street.
Yeah.
And yeah, I showed that little clip. And then I showed the clip of the owls bringing the letter and the Mr. Dursley just destroying them.
Yeah. Oh, Crystal's here. Hi, Crystal. How you doing? My favorite character, though, like my favorite casting was McGonagall. She was 100% perfect.
I like her. I agree.
I like her too.
There is no other woman who could have played McGonagall. Like, she was perfect.
I like how she looks like she can be really strict and tough and just harsh, but at the same time she like just smiles or something and her whole face changes and she becomes like this warm motherly type, and it's just like she can cover all the bases there.
Yeah,
she has a heart of gold, but she has an outward appearance of being tough but she's very compassionate and caring.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she was perfect.
I adore Snape. I mean, that was my main character. Snape, perfect for me.
Alan Rickman was perfect as Snape. Like,
yeah.
R.I.P., but he was perfect. Like, he was so good.
Yeah, I liked him. He's kind of an interesting character because it's like, really, you're saving him, but you hate him, and what?
We'll talk more about Snape at the end of these live shows when you're all the way through the books, because there is like a firm divide in the Harry Potter fandom. You either hate Snape or you love him. And it's like, if you love him, you understand why he did the things he did, but like, you don't apologize for it, but you get it. And then if you hate him, you just don't get it. And I love Snape. I do.
Yeah.
I know it was talking about in the when Dumbledore was talking with Harry, he said that Harry's dad had saved Snape's life, and that was why Snape hated Harry's dad, but that's why he was helping Harry, because he felt like he needed to balance things.
Keep that in mind while you're reading the rest of the books.
Yeah.
Because that gets explored much more. And it's just, honestly, all throughout all 7 books, she will tie things back into things that she said in the first book. And then you're like, oh my God, it makes sense. Where it's kind of like, it makes sense in the first one. But by the time you get to the end of the series and you know everything that happened, then you'll go back and read it again and be like, holy shit, it really makes sense. Like, now I understand. It just, everything. It works out perfectly with everything like that.
I think it's really cool how, the only Harry Potter kind of things I watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because I was like, okay, I can watch that and not, because it was sort of in the world but separate, so it wouldn't ruin any of the books, I thought. But I've noticed that in the previews for the one coming up, the Crimes of Griswold, that Dumbledore is like a young Dumbledore in there, and so I'm curious if that's going to like spoil anything for these books.
Not really. I don't think it'll give some things away, but not like too many major plot points. Like, it comes up more in the 7th book, something that you wouldn't know if you hadn't watched Fantastic Beasts, but then, like, I don't think it really gives too much away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm planning on watching that. It comes out, I think, November is when the
end of November.
next one comes out. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that.
True. Fireside reads, so true. Peeves was not in the movies. Like, what? Peeves is not in the movies at all. Not a single time. Still salty about it years later.
Okay. Remind me who Peeves was.
The Poltergeist.
Oh, okay. I was like, where do I know that name? I was like,
yeah, like each house has a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Peeves is like the school's poltergeist. And he acts kind of as like a reminder to the 3 main characters that they're still kids and that they're not infallible. And he's there to just like ruin shit randomly out of nowhere and remind people that like life is still going on. And he's not in the movies at all. And then in the 5th one, in the Order of the Phoenix, is when it pissed me off the most that he wasn't in the movies. And we'll talk about that more when we get there. You'll understand. But he should have been in there. And it totally ruined the 5th movie for me.
Oh. I'm really anxious to like get to the 7th book. That's the one that you have issues with, right?
No, that's the 8th book.
Oh, the 8th book. Okay.
The Cursed Child. That, yeah. Oh,
I have seen a little bit of a rant when you went when you started going off about that. I was like, oh, she's got some things to say.
Yeah. Some things to say is we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna flipping tables.
So I've gotten myself some Harry Potter inspired items because of all of this Potterwatch stuff.
Ooh,
I want that so badly.
awesome.
I love that.
It says it's featuring a moving Hogwarts game board. So
That's
like,
exciting.
I don't know, but it looks like this.
Yeah. Tammy, I agree. Cursed Child is fan fiction. I've read better fan fiction than Cursed Child, but yeah.
I also purchased.
Oh, that's cool.
It says on here it includes a special rule.
Ooh.
Should we
I
open
like-
it up and see what the special rule is? I haven't even opened it yet. Let's see. Ooh, it's got like lots of, it's got characters and stuff on it. Okay. There is a wild sorting hat card.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
The sorting hat knows where to place you. When you play this card, choose another player, and then that player must draw from the draw pile until they get a Gryffindor card.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, Harry.
That's awesome.
I thought it'd be
was
fun to
Harry's card
play.
green?
Do it.
Was Harry's cards green?
I think they've got different colors because this one's yellow and this one's.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
but
I think they repeat everything. So we've got Harry, Hermione,
okay, I see what's going on there.
Ron,
Love Ron.
Neville.
My sweet baby Neville. I love him.
McGonagall.
Love her.
Let's see. Snape.
That's my character.
He is.
The cards that come in the chocolate frogs.
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
Oh,
What's
totally
his name?
unrelated. Oh, Draco. Oh, my sweet baby. I love you, Draco. Oh, I love you.
Okay, I think Draco is probably the cutest one.
Okay, you need to Google Tom Felton, the actor. He's gorgeous.
Okay.
Hair, I
Let's
know.
see. Tom Felton. Okay.
There's the one hair
Oh.
with one picture with like his tousled hair, and it's just like,
Wow. He's
I
all
love
grown up.
I know. I love him.
Let's see. Get back on so I can see the chat. All right, there we go. And then we got Hagrid.
I love Hagrid.
The dude.
Not keep my pants on when Draco is being mentioned. Okay, no, I can't. I love him so much.
Oh, and the like janitor guy. His
Oh,
cat.
what a guy. What a guy.
Voldemort. Okay, Voldemort. So one thing that I noticed in the difference in the movie and the book, but it's different here too. So when they're describing Voldemort, they talk about like the slits and stuff for his nose and things like that. But then when he's like coming out of the back of dude's head, it's like a perfectly formed face, like full nose and everything. I was like, why does it look different there than, but then here he's like, you know, the slits for the nose kind of thing.
That picture, later on in the series, something happens where he's gonna look like that. So it's like one of those little inconsistencies, but because of his form in the first book, that's why he would have like a normal face, but it gets cleared up in later books. So remember all of these little questions you're having. Like, why is it happening like this?
So after finishing the book and I was like halfway through the movie, I was like, man, I really should have been writing all of these things down that I was thinking about as I was reading it. And as I was watching the movie, I should have been like writing notes down so that I wouldn't forget anything. I'm going to have to do that for the next book because
keep doing that. And then you will be able to answer your own questions by the end of the last book.
Definitely.
Yeah. The only thing, the one thing that really pisses me off about the movies is how they switched it into 8 movies. They broke up that last one. They didn't need to. Not at all. They should have broken up the 5th book, or the 5th movie, because it's the longest book and the shortest movie.
I've heard that. I'm not sure who I heard that from, but I heard that. Oh, it was Clint last night. He was saying that.
It's just terrible decision making that happened there.
Do you guys know if that watched Dumbledore? I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. Strange the Dreamer. That's an excellent book. Totally unrelated to Harry Potter, but it's a great book. Alchemy. Nicholas Flamel. Yeah, he's fantastic. What was I going to say? I forget. Words are hard.
I say that often. Words are
is
hard.
there anything that you liked in the movie that you didn't like in the book? Because usually, like, the book is better, right? But was there anything that the movie did better than the book for you?
I don't know. I can't really think of anything because I don't know. I in most instances, I'm like, well, there was all of the Quidditch matches, but they sounded better in the book. They did great in the movie, but there was more in the book.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of a part that really stood out to me that I liked better.
Me neither.
Some movies that is a thing, but
yeah,
I think I liked it pretty equally, though.
I would say that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
also heard that the first 2 or 3 movies are the closest to what the actual book is, and that later they get farther away from the book.
It's not like too drastic, but they take more liberties with the movies in the later ones. What I do like with the movies is that, like with the books, you can see it getting darker and darker, like with the themes and everything. But in the movies, they actually, like, the colors get darker with the movies as well. So the more things like sink into despair, really, in the world, the darker the actual colorings for the movies get. Yeah, which is super, super cool.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And then, honestly, like, out of all 8 movies, there is only one thing that I like better than they did in the books. So I'm curious to see if you ever have anything that, like, the movies did a little bit better than with the books. And I
did like when Harry was trying to, like, go through the platform 9 3/4 and, like, actually getting to see that part versus just reading about it.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like a change, though, like anything that the movies changed that was totally different from the way the book had it. Like, with that, yeah, I get what you mean. Like, I like seeing it because as much as descriptions are awesome, sometimes you have to see something, which happens quite a few times within the movies. But there's only one time that I can think of in the whole series that they changed a scene that did better in the movies. And it's one of the later ones.
Oh. I think,
I don't know, I would have to rewatch to see, but
yeah.
I think I don't know, I would probably say in more instances than not that it was better, book wise. Like, in the book, I really preferred the book scene of when Harry's getting, brought to the train station and all of that stuff, and the Dursleys being all rotten and everything, versus, Hagrid pretty much drops him off, and then he gets on the train.
Yeah. See, there's such an inconsistency in the movie with that, because he says, "Happy birthday, Harry." He gives him the cake. His birthday is July 31st. And then they go to Diagon Alley, and next thing you know, he's going to the train station.
Yeah.
It's September 1st is when he would go to the train station.
It was like
the whole month.
That whole him going back to the Dursleys, and the Dursleys being kind of afraid of him, and until it was time for him to go.
To take him, they left out that part where he actually asked Mr. Dursley to take him
to London.
Yeah. And
he said, the only reason I'm going to is because we have to go get Dudley's tail removed.
Yes.
And then, like,
I would have liked to see more of that.
Yeah. And I like in the book how Hagrid says he was trying to turn him into a pig, but, guess he was already too much of a pig, so he just got a tail. In the movies, it just made it seem like he just tried to give him a tail. Yes. But there's a whole month missing in the movies. Yeah. Like, what are they trying to tell us happened in that month? Like, they make it seem like they went right from Diagon Alley to the train station, but they didn't. And it's just like, can you explain these things for people? Because if you just watch the movies, you don't know half of what's going on because they miss out so much. And it's
he met Draco before ever going to Hogwarts, because he met Draco in Diagon Alley trying on robes.
Yeah.
Madame Malkin's robe shop. Yeah. So
I did really, really, really like the wand scene in the movie.
Oh, and Mr. Oliver's,
yeah.
Ollivanders, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. But then, like, the part there where he's talking to Ollivander, and even like it's the same in the book and the movie, where he's talking about how Voldemort had the same wand, or like the same tail feather from the same phoenix, right? So when he's saying that they can expect great things from Harry because, Voldemort did great things, terrible things, but great things, it's like, so Ollivander hates Muggleborns, I'm guessing here, because, like, there is nothing that you could have said that Voldemort has done great. It was all terrible. He didn't innovate anything. Like, he had no good ideas except let's kill everybody. So Ollivander really just, he, like, creeped me out always, like, since the first time I've read it, with that scene.
That's, I didn't even think about that. Xander says he wants to go back to, we went to Universal Studios last year, I believe, and he said he wants to go to Universal Studios for his birthday this year, and he wants to go and have his wand choose him.
That'd be so much fun. Oh. I've been to Universal once. And
yeah, we went and did we got the magic wand where it like lights up and it's interactive and you can do the little spells. So we went all over.
Yeah, I have 2 of those.
Did all the spells.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You got to go back after
Pottermore yet? And have you got sorted, Melanie?
I have not. I don't know. I was thinking I would do that like either in a live show or
that would be
with a vlog or something. I've done several like unofficial like BuzzFeed kind of sorting. Yeah. I even got sorted at the Decatur Book Festival. They had this whole Harry Potter event, and you could be sorted by smell, by this little wheel thing, or by answering some questions. And I did it by smell. And even with that, because they just had these different candles that were like different house candles, and you pick the one that you like the best.
Yeah.
Even with that, every time I've gotten the same answer. So
You're a Ravenclaw.
Yes, I got Ravenclaw. She got Hufflepuff.
I'm Hufflepuff.
It's
Hufflepuff, I felt kind of got a bad rep in the book.
Hufflepuff is so underappreciated.
Yeah.
Always.
Look, I was like, oh my gosh, no, I'm Hufflepuff. Come on, give us some representation here.
It doesn't get any better. I'm sorry to tell you, it doesn't get any better.
No, don't tell me that. I'm like Melanie. This is the first time that I've read Harry Potter.
Oh, that's exciting.
And the sad thing is I watched the movie first and then I read the book, like just read the book recently.
Yeah.
And I am so mad at myself because I'm sorry, but I thought I would not like Harry Potter. And then all of a sudden I actually read the book and I love it. I love it so much. But because I watched the movie first, I just went in with these negative feelings at first. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to like this? And I absolutely loved the book.
She's hooked now.
I am hooked now.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they keep getting better and better. Like it's so worth it. Oh my god. I'm so happy you guys are reading this. Like I've
should
invested in
I do the Pottermore test right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, join Pottermore.
And then you can get like your wand and everything on there and your Patronus. You won't know what that is until book 3.
I do have a little wand here. It's actually a pencil. It came in a subscription box, but it was a wand.
I have a little pin wand.
My birthday. Where's my ear? There it is.
Yeah. It just comes out and it's the pin. Very.
That's cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. I gotta look. Let me see.
She went to pick it up.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had it off the screen so I could do this Pottermore thing.
I
I'm
know.
like filling in all the joining stuff right now.
Oh, you're fine. My
I
favorite
want to get.
was the Mel scene in the book. It was so much better, I thought, than in the movie. I was laughing so hard at the Mel scene where Harry was getting the mail, or he wasn't getting his mail.
Like, when you see Dursley going crazy, and then when he's putting it in the fire and he's doing this, it's like,
In the movie where just, oh god, Harry's so dumb when he's jumping and he's trying to catch the letters
Yes.
in the air. And everybody's always like, you know, Harry's not a Ravenclaw because he didn't just grab one off the ground and he's just jumping.
I had that same thought. I was like, why is he jumping around trying to get this when there's like 50 of them laying all around him?
Yeah. I was thinking about this earlier because I rewatched the movie this morning again because I'm a savage and I have to watch it 8 million times a year. Everyone says, like, if he was a Ravenclaw, he would have just grabbed it off the ground. And I was thinking about, what about if he was one of the other houses? So as a Gryffindor, he's just jumping around willy-nilly trying to grab the shit from the air. A Ravenclaw would grab one from the ground. A Hufflepuff would have gone up and just asked the Dursleys and, like, you know, pleaded to their...
Please?
Yeah, like, just their better natures. Like, appeal to their better natures. Like, can I please have one? And then a Slytherin would have grabbed one, hit it, and then pretended to keep jumping for it so that they thought that he didn't get one. And then they would have gone by himself. And it's like, you can always see, like, there's, like, a break between each house. Like, I believe 100% that everybody has a little bit of every house in them. And it's, you're not wholly one thing or the other. Because, like, everybody has a little bit of every house.
yeah.
But it's cool to see, like, each house would have a different way to react to things. And Harry is most definitely not a Ravenclaw, as evidenced by that one scene. Jesus, he's so dumb. Like, he's cute, but he's dumb.
I think I would probably, in that case, be a little bit more like, I would be like Ravenclaw and Slytherin combined, because for one, I'd pick one up off the ground, and two, I would hide it so they didn't see that I had one.
Yeah. Because I think like a Ravenclaw would have gone and grabbed it from the ground and then ran.
Yeah.
But a Slytherin would have tried to be sneaky about it and just like hide it in the back of their shirt, like underneath their shirt, and then keep jumping, pretending like they didn't get one so they don't think anything of it. Because that's how I would have done it for sure. Like, you're trying to tell me no, so I'm going to go behind your back and do it. Because, sorry, Mom.
Okay, dawn or dusk?
Yeah, I think my all-time favorite scene in the movie, though, is the sorting. I love the sorting.
Yeah. In the movie, though, they made it seem like the sorting hat was talking out loud. But, like,
It wasn't.
it's just in your head.
Yeah.
Right.
Which would be so uncomfortable if it was talking out loud.
Yeah, I
If
know, right?
Telling everybody what's going on in your head. And it's like, nah, man, I don't want that. Like, these are my private thoughts. Don't tell everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
How do I choose which box? There's
Um,
like 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? They all sound so good.
yeah, the Sorting Hat song, too. That would have been fantastic in the movies.
I know it. There wasn't in the movie, and I'm like,
You know,
I love the Sorting Hat song.
Yeah, he didn't sing it.
And you know what else they didn't do in that scene? The Hogwarts song. It's in the book.
I know.
That's true.
And that's really what gives you an idea, like the differences between the houses, too, I think.
Yeah. And it's like the only time you see the Hogwarts song in any of the movies, I think, is in the 4th one.
Yeah.
Where Harry, Ron, and Hermione are singing a little bit at the Quidditch World Cup. Spoilers, but like not really. So like it's the whole song is there in the first book, but it doesn't show up in its entirety in any of the movies.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. Because I like the song.
Who says, which pet would you take with me, with you to Hogwarts? And the second one on the list was Siamese cat. And that's what I have. He's curled up in a ball right over here.
Oh, it's cute.
His name is Church.
We have a Siamese cat, too. Her name is Simca.
I don't have a Siamese cat. It does not have a name.
Church is named after...
The Mortal Instruments?
Yeah.
I thought so.
I know that vlog you did, and that you put that little scene where she's going through the cat tunnel.
Mhm.
That was so cute.
Yeah. Oh, Crystal mentioned too. At the end of the movie, they didn't have the scene. Like they changed it, so it was just like the Devil's Snare, and then Harry getting the key, and then like that's it. But in the book, each of the professors that had a protection, like they had a different thing.
Yeah.
So it was the Devil's Snare, which was different in the book. The whole thing went different. McGonagall's was the keys, and then Quirrell had the troll, and Snape had the vials, Flitwick had the keys. McGonagall had the chess set, which was in the movie too.
Yeah.
So it's like they missed out the whole Snape thing, which was I like that part.
Of course.
Heads or tails?
Yeah. Because in the book,
questions.
Harry, Ron, and Hermione each had like something that they could play with their strengths with, right?
Yes.
And in the movies, it was just Harry.
Yeah.
Because in the books, Ron and Hermione helped with the key thing too. Like they both had brooms, not in the movie.
Do you
So it
think
was
they
all
did that because you think they did that because they wanted to keep the spotlight on Harry?
For sure, that's exactly why it seems like it.
Yeah.
But so like they were there to help him so much.
I know, but it's just like I want the whole story. I want everything.
Yeah. And it's like they put the chess set where Ron was it was his time to shine. But what about Hermione with the Snape thing? Like
Yeah.
the potion trials was Hermione's strength, and she was just shafted totally.
Yeah.
Like my poor girl, she was not utilized in the movies.
Right.
And then they didn't have the whole troll thing, which made it even more of a surprise when it was Quirrell, because like he was supposed to be there to help protect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did have the devil snare, but like the potion thing was exactly like that was supposed to be her thing, really, and it was not there.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
I mean, I understand with some, with movies that have, with a book that's so in depth with so many different pieces and parts, I understand why they have to like cut some things out to make it fit. Because I mean, like it was a 2-hour and 40-minute movie or something like that.
I would watch an 8-hour Harry Potter movie. If we're being honest with ourselves, I would.
I would.
I would. Like,
I think because it's just that good, you don't want to miss any of it.
yeah, for sure. Like, there's so much more happening in the books.
I guess it's all about how much money they have to work with, to make the movie. I guess.
Yeah, Crystal's right. The book did a good job highlighting the trio's weaknesses and strengths. It's like, because they're not perfect people and they're still 11 years old. And it's sometimes, a lot of the times with the movies, it makes it seem like Harry is just the special snowflake. But he had so many people helping him all the way through. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of the movies.
Yeah.
How's your questions going there?
I'm so confused. I'm in an enchanted garden.
Okay.
It says, what would you be most curious to examine first?
Is there a house that you're rooting for?
I think I'm rooting for Ravenclaw because it fits, I think. But let's see, we have the silver leaf tree bearing golden apples, the fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other, the bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling, the statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. So I'm like between the bubbling pool or the silver leaf tree with the golden apples. I don't know.
What I really like about the Pottermore quiz is that, like, with every other one, they have the 4 different answers, and you can clearly tell which house each answer is supposed to be for. The
I so can't.
It has random things like heads or tails. Like it takes everything from every one of your answers, but there's no clear path to one house or the other.
Right. If there's a clear path and you say you want to be a Slytherin, you may not really be a Slytherin,
Yeah. It's like it doesn't take into account what you're hoping for.
Right.
Which like the actual Sorting Hat does, but close enough.
You and 2 friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river. Oh, by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let all of you pass. Do you attempt to confuse the troll into letting all 3 of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide which of you will fight? Suggest that all 3 of you should fight without telling the troll? Volunteer to fight.
See, that
I keep getting torn between 2. So like this one is try to confuse the troll, or all 3 of us fight. think I might try to confuse the troll. Which of the following would I like to study? There's a lot to choose from.
Mm.
I'm either between mer people or vampires. Because mer people, you know, mermaids, and vampires because they freaking live forever. Apparently, I think I'm probably supposed to be in 2 houses because I have 2 answers for everything.
Yeah.
Let's go with vampires.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what you get.
Me too. Me too.
Let's see. Which would I rather be? I don't want to be feared. Being envied is kind of nice.
Honesty.
Trusted. Praised. Liked. I'd like to be all of those things. Not feared or intimidated. Light. We'll go with that one. Black or white? What the crap?
Yeah, just random. You gotta.
Black. What? Okay. It says I'm Slytherin. I don't think I'm Slytherin. I may be part Slytherin.
It says you're Slytherin?
That's what it says.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I might be part Slytherin.
Interesting.
Maybe you could be Slitherdor.
Slitherdoor.
Slytherin.
Slitherclaw.
Slitherclaw.
Well, I have the Ravenclaw tie, so I'm going to go with that.
See, you can also do the sorting for Ilvermorny, the American school. For Hogwarts, I got Slytherin, but Ilvermorny, I got the Hufflepuff equivalent. So it's like, I know that I'm a mix between the two, and like each school was different, right? And it was both of my 2 houses that I identify with the most, which was cool.
That's why in the book, the Sorting Hat had so much trouble with some people when he was sorting in the book, because he's trying to decide probably between 2 houses, which one has your most dominant personality.
Right.
And at the same time, like, they're 11 years old. Who you are at 11 is not who you're going to be. So unless the Sorting Hat really can see, like, into the future who you're going to be, it takes a lot more. Because by the time they're done school at 17, most of them are turning 18.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the same person. You're not going to have the same values.
Right.
So it's whatever the Sorting Hat sees the most in you then, and like if it can see later. But it's, and that's why it takes what you want into account. So like some of my favorite fan fictions are the ones where like they get resorted after, like at the end of their schooling for their last year, they get sorted again. And it's like how much they changed and if any of them are in new houses. And
that's cool.
Like what people think each character would be in later on in like the series.
I'd like to see like something like how Harry would have turned out if he went into Slytherin.
Oh, those fan fictions are always cool. They're always cool.
Yeah.
I hear a lot about Harry and Draco fan fiction. I haven't read any fan fiction on it, but I've heard a lot of Harry and Draco stuff.
Yeah.
I would ship Drarry together, but I ship Draco and Hermione. So I love them.
That's an interesting combination.
I love them.
I will always ship Ron and Hermione. I like them.
I can't. It makes me so angry when I think about them together. I can't.
Thinking about houses, I would have imagined that Hermione would have fit more in Ravenclaw because she's so studious.
Keep reading.
Yeah.
Keep reading, and
Yep.
you'll understand more. But
Yeah.
what was I gonna say though? Oh, did you get your wand yet on Pottermore? Oh my, who's calling me?
No.
Phone just die. Excellent. 2 seconds. My old
No.
work job was calling me.
Okay, let's discover my wand. Begin the experience. To ensure we find the perfect wand for you, it's very important that you answer the following questions honestly. First of all, would you describe yourself as average height? Nope. Short? Yep. Your eyes, my eyes are green. Was the day on which you were born an even? No, not even. Odd. I am an odd.
Same.
Pride myself on. Definitely optimism. You're traveling alone down a deserted road. You reach a crosswords. Do you continue left towards the sea, ahead towards the forest, or right towards the castle? Do you most fear fire, darkness, isolation? So small spaces. That's it. I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
In a chest of magical artifacts, which would you choose? An ornate mirror, dusty bottle, golden key, silver dagger, bound scroll, glittering jewel, or black glove? No. I don't want a dusty bottle either. Let's see. I'm thinking either the glittering jewel or the silver dagger. Silver dagger. I got a cedar wood with a dragon heartstring core, 12 3/4 inches, and pliant flexibility.
Oh, wow.
Your wand has chosen you. So, okay, I'll share this on Twitter. There we go.
That's awesome.
Does it say like your what it's good for and everything, like the subjects it's the best for? And
Okay, I had to click on more about my wand. Whenever I meet one who carries a cedar wand, I find strength of character and unusual loyalty. My father, Gervais Ollivander, used to always say, "You will never fool the cedar carrier," and I agree. The cedar wand finds its perfect home where there is crap, what is that word? Perspicity and perception. I would go further than my father, however, in saying that I have never yet met the owner of a cedar wand whom I would care to cross, especially if harm is done to those of whom they are fond. The witch or wizard who is well matched with cedar carries the potential to be a frightening adversary, which often comes as a shock to those who have thoughtlessly challenged them. And let's see. What else? Talks about the cores. About the size.
see, that makes sense with a lot of the Slytherin traits. A lot of what you were saying there. Because like we were saying, Slytherins get a bad rap a lot, and people just think that they're generally evil people. But it's they're very loyal to those they care about. Like Hufflepuffs are more blind loyalty to everybody. Slytherins are more like they're your people, and if something happens to your people, that's when you get upset.
Right.
And that's basically what the one thing was saying there, that like you don't want to cross somebody with that wand or somebody that they love. So that's really speaking more to the Slytherin side.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Dude. Yeah, there's like crazy things going on my screen right now because I clicked on the Patronus thing. And it's like there's music playing and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm discovering my Patronus. This looks really cool.
It is.
I feel like I'm on one of those rides. Okay, seek, protect, serve. I don't. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Too slow. This spell requires fast reflexes. Try another. What?
You just have to click right away without thinking.
Oh, dream. Okay. He didn't tell me what to do. Make. It's very dark. Stone, wood, earth. Earth. Ooh, what is it? Oh, it disappeared. Incredible. You almost produced a corporeal Patronus. This is excellent magic.
Keep going.
Speak. Between speak and silence, speak. Mind, heart. Well, I'll go with heart. Mind, heart, or spirit. Click, drag, and release for your Patronus. What? My Patronus is a Tolkienese cat. It's church.
Aww.
It's perfect. Oh,
Yes. It's a pretty kitty.
That is awesome.
And it's just like running around my screen. You can run around my screen forever, kitty.
Oh.
I really like the graphics with the Patronus test. They did a good job.
It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep making my Patronus run around. Okay.
Screensaver.
Okay, I like my Patronus. So apparently, I'm a Slytherin or a Slither Claw.
Yep.
So if you're a Slither Claw, do you have like one side of the tie blue and the other side green?
There's no like official double houses in the series.
Yeah.
But J.K. Rowling said that it's an actual thing. She endorses it. So we're allowed to. But there's not a lot of merch and stuff that's mixed houses. And most of the time it's really ugly.
Oh.
And it's never like official merch. It's just like fan made stuff and it's not cute.
Well, I had the Slytherin hair until the other day because I had green hair.
See, it's meant to be. It knew.
See, what color is Hufflepuff?
Yellow and black.
Yeah.
Yellow and what?
Yellow and black. So each
Okay.
house has like their main color and then their secondary color. Gryffindor is red and gold. Slytherin is green and silver. Ravenclaw is blue and bronze. And Hufflepuff is yellow and black.
Ravenclaw's blue and bronze. I would have thought it was like blue and silver with
They
this.
did it wrong. It's blue and bronze. In the book, it's blue and bronze. It's like how a lot of the times Ravenclaw stuff will have a raven on it, but the house animal is an eagle.
Yeah.
So
Have you guys seen those books, I think, that come out that have the colors on the pages?
Yep. The house edition.
I don't know if they're just, you can get them in the UK or
No, I got them here in Canada. They're the
Okay.
they are the 20th anniversary editions for the UK release.
You can get them on Book Depository.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the ones for Chamber of Secrets yet, but I got all 4 houses for the paperback and the hardcover. So I got 8.
Oh wow.
Because I have no chill. I'm a little invested.
Hey, that's okay.
It's a part of life.
I think the only thing I have like several copies of the same book is probably Alice in Wonderland, because I have a lot of Alice.
Oh, I do too. My shelf up here, I have a Alice in Wonderland shelf.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've got like
I love Alice in Wonderland.
I have a bunch of different like illustrated editions, and then I also have like different Alice in Wonderland like color, like the adult coloring books and stuff.
Oh, I do.
Xander's like, why do you have so much Alice in Wonderland? You don't need more than one. I'm like, but you can read this one. I have. Oh, and Zoe, after watching your oh gosh, it was your Newts wrap up. I immediately, while watching your video, I paused the video and I went and I ordered the annotated Wizard of Oz.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
It is
awesome. I love that book. Oh,
I found like a used one for like, I forget, $10 or something like that on Amazon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this works, because it was like a $50 book or something.
Yeah.
So I was happy. It was like it looks brand new almost.
Yeah. Birthday present last year, I think I got it as. Yeah, it was a clutch gift. It was perfect.
Wizard of Oz is maybe another one that I have a few different copies of it.
What do you have?
I have a few copies of Dracula as well.
You give me now 4. She has like 4 copies of The Hate You Give. I don't know if y'all have ever read that book.
Oh, I love that.
I listened to the audiobook of it.
We love that too. She has like the gold collectors, a movie tie.
Yeah, I want to get those. Those are some of my, like, the movie tie-in is probably one of the only movie tie-in editions that I actually enjoy. The movie tie-in editions are usually terrible.
Yeah.
I got her to sign my little tote bag.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's got lots of cool, like, different authors have signed it.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I listened to your audiobook. I don't have the physical copy. Can you just sign this? And she's like, absolutely. I also told her that I cried with her when she watched the Hate You Give thing, like the screening, because she did a thing on Twitter, and she like had a video clip of her watching it, and she was just bawling her eyes out, and I was just like, I couldn't help it.
I can't see the preview without like turning into a hot mess.
Yeah.
Such a powerful book.
Books with Brandy. You just said there's an Alice in Wonderland retelling. What?
Oh, A Blade So Black. Yeah, that just came out.
Oh, yeah. You know, that totally gave me, like, besides Alice in Wonderland, made me think of Buffy, too. I don't know if anybody else got that. But it's the main character, the girl. She reminds me of, not Buffy, but a different Slayer, like the one from the 70s. She just reminded me of that. I'm a huge Buffy fan, so that's why my kid is named Xander.
That's a cool name.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask you something, but again, words are hard. I forgot. It'll come back. I won't think about it, and it'll come back to me.
The zombie series. I love retellings. I'm like a huge. That's like my favorite kind of thing is retellings.
Oh yeah, I got that. Everland, Ozland, and Umberland. Have you read those? I have
I haven't
those.
I've read the
them yet.
first one.
They're pretty good.
I'll have to check them out. I haven't read those yet.
The first one's Peter Pan retelling, Everland, and the second one is the Alice in Wonderland retelling, and the third one is the Wizard of Oz retelling.
Yeah.
I think my most recent one was Mad About the Hatter. And it was Alice's brother goes to Wonderland.
Oh, that's
her brother Henry. And in the end, a relationship between Henry and the Mad Hatter happens.
well, that's cool.
Yeah. It was cute. It wasn't the best story ever, but it was a really cute, funny story. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Can't expect instant classics from every book, but
Yeah.
sometimes.
So just curious, what's everybody reading right now?
I'm reading The Darkest Minds.
That's a good book. I read it right before the movie with Xander.
I still haven't read that. I need to. I'm about halfway through.
I just finished Escaping from Houdini.
Oh, I can't wait to read that one.
I know, it's so good. I love that series.
I'm halfway through These Rebel Waves by Sarah Rosh.
Ooh.
And like
I have that book.
I've slumped so hard this whole month, and it's just I can't. I need to finish a book.
She just finished this one, The Wicked Deep.
Oh,
I've ordered that book. I haven't read it yet, though.
Yeah, it's really good.
I just finished like half an hour before this video started. I finished The Ash Princess.
okay. How was that?
I read that last month.
Really good. It was really good. I kind of went in it just like, okay, you know what? Here's another book I need to read. And I was like, if you like the Red Queen series, in my opinion, it's better than it has like the same kind of vibes as Red Queen, but I thought it was better.
Okay. I did like Red Queen, so I'm excited.
I have this series, but I have not started it yet.
Yeah, it's like there's sort of a feminist aspect to it. You have this the queen has been killed and her daughter has been like claimed by the people that have taken over this kingdom, and they've made her the Ash Princess, and the poor girl is just like beaten for anything that the rebels do or whatever, and she's just tortured, and she has to find a way to like build herself up and like stand up to them and try to save her people because she is the queen.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a real pretty edition of it.
That is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm going to read now. Like, I just had Contemporary-a-thon followed by my Fall into Reading-a-thon, and that just ended last night. And now I'm like, I've read so much lately that I'm like, I may not read anything else for a week.
That was me after the Newts in August. I read 10 books in the last 5 days of August, and I just burnt out.
Yeah, that was pretty much what I had Newts, and then immediately following that, I started the Emoji-a-thon.
Yeah.
And then the Emoji-a-thon was going on while Contemporary-a-thon and my Fall into Reading-a-thon, and now I'm just like, I need a break. And then I'm guessing you're going to do it to the G's extra credit for the Magical Readathon.
I haven't even heard of that. What?
Yes, she's doing a week long in October for extra credit for the charms. And there's like 5 challenges, and apparently you get to start doing the owls or whatever early based on how many challenges you complete in the extra credit thing or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's the let's see, what are the dates? October I think it's October 1st. No, October 8th through 14th.
Okay.
And then Spookathon immediately follows that. So that first week of October, I'm like barely reading. And then I'm going to do the extra credit and then Spookathon. And then probably another week of not reading.
That works out well because I'm doing a reread of Throne of Glass because the last book comes out October 23rd. So I want to reread all of them before I get to that, which is 2 days after my birthday and a day before I get married. So like I need to finish them all right before. And I have to reread Strange the Dreamer because Muse of Nightmares comes out on Tuesday. So I read too much and I burnt out.
That's kind of the point that I've gotten to now. I'm just like, I need to take a week off of reading because I've read so much in such a short time. Like, and I've done this like month after month for like 3 months now, just packed in so much reading. And I'm just like, I need a week of not reading.
And like I started a new job this month too. So it's like, it's the first time I've worked this much since December. And I'm just like, I have no energy to do anything at all. Like not even read.
Congratulations on your new job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And getting married.
Thank you.
Married, yeah. I watched that whole proposal thing.
Yeah. October is going to be a ridiculously busy month. And it's just, I don't even know. And like I graduate in 2 weeks from now too. It just, I need to make time for reading because I haven't been all month. And it's like I'm ahead of my Goodreads reading challenge for now, but like that's not going to last long if I don't start reading again.
My Goodreads reading challenge at the beginning of the year, I set it for like 40 books. I just kind of kept increasing it. I just increased it the other day to 120 because I'm now at, I don't know, I've read over 100 books already this year.
Yeah.
I think I set mine to 120. But I'm kind of behind.
I'm ahead. I forget how far ahead I am. I haven't entered everything either. I have to like go and enter everything. I think it says I'm currently 17 books ahead of schedule.
Oh wow.
Good.
Yeah, I was there after the newts and then I stopped reading. So I kept watching it go down and down every day. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah.
So do you have plans for your honeymoon?
Well, what's happening with this is we're getting legally married. So like just like a city hall thing next month. And then 2 years from now, we're having like a vow renewal and then a big reception. So we wanted the time to plan the reception and everything because there's going to be at least 200 people there. Like that's
nice. Yeah.
And that's still mostly family. So we're trying to plan as nice of a reception as we can. And we didn't want to like try and do that in only a few months because where we want it, like it would have been booked totally. So we're planning on doing the honeymoon and everything after the reception. Cause like
That's a smart idea.
Yeah. So we're getting married now because we didn't really want to wait the 2 years. So the reception is going to be on our 2-year wedding anniversary. So it's on
That's nice.
Aww.
Yeah. And like we're trying for a kid now too. So like we'd rather
Good luck with that.
Yeah. We'd rather not have to try and deal with planning a honeymoon and everything else that's happening and just it's a lot.
Yeah. For our 2-year anniversary, we got tattoos.
That's
awesome.
It's funny because he only has one tattoo and we don't do anything like, names or anything like that because I'm like, no. But
Fair enough.
We did, let's see, I think it's this shoulder. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
have this.
I like it.
He has one that means unity. I have one that means eternity. So when his is on this shoulder. So when we stand next to each other, it's together forever.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's so cool. I like that.
And that's the only one he has. I have a lot, but that's the only one he has. And that was what we did for 2 years.
That's cool.
And we've been married for a lot of years now.
We didn't do anything for our 2-year anniversary, did we, Shannon?
No.
We went to Barnes and Noble for our 2-year anniversary.
We bought books.
You know what? I like that. That's also a good idea.
We bought books and had coffee.
We treat
that
ourselves.
sounds like a perfect day.
And that's our everyday thing. That's our couple time.
Yeah. Get more books for your anniversary. There you go.
Yes.
Anniversary, yes. Books. We have been married now almost 21 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
We got married. Okay, it was really, really cheesy, but we got married on Valentine's Day.
That's sweet.
That is.
I love it.
That's cute.
We also were incredible. Like, okay, we did not do the long dating and long engagement because we were young and dumb and in love.
Oh.
We dated for 2 weeks. We were engaged for 3 weeks, and then we got married on Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But we've been married for almost 21 years now. So
when you know, you get to know. We were together for 10 years, and then we got married 2 years ago on the September 23rd. So it took us 10 years to kind of get everything together and say, oh, yeah, we definitely want to go ahead and get married.
And
well,
we're
legally, say, you know, well,
we were together for a year and a half when we got engaged, and that was in January. So it's going to be like less than a year before we get married, and then 2 years before like the actual party happens.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're going to City Hall this October?
Yep, next month. Like
my brother and his fiance are getting married in October.
That's cool.
On the 27th.
That's cool.
You may have a couple little ones toddling around by the time you have your reception.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Aww.
That's awesome.
Part of like the reception and everything. But, and it's going to be, there's like a strong book theme with the reception.
Love that.
I told Kurt he had no choice. Like, he really likes antiques, and antiques and books go really well together. And we're going to have a lot of antique books as well. So I can't wait.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love watching the videos of you two together.
He's started his own channel. Like, he does like retro gaming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he has his own channel. And now that he's more comfortable, we're going to be starting to do more videos together so I can harass him and find them to read. But like, that's not going to happen. But we'll try. We'll try.
I desperately try to get Marty to like join me for videos, and he's just like, no. He really doesn't want to be on any of the videos. Like, I'll get little clips of him whenever we're doing like our date night or something like that. But yeah, just little clips of him. That's all I really get because he's like, I don't want to be on camera.
I think I've seen him in the gym with you. In that one clip where he's in the gym with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got to get little clips and then make it seem like you're just asking questions and then put them all into one video.
Yeah.
So there you go. You got a video.
Hidden camera. So, would you pick out one of these? If I told you to find a book that said this, just kind of have the camera hidden off in the corner.
Or you could do one where you just choose your TBR.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to do that. I was like,
on camera.
so, okay, y'all may have already seen all of the videos that Kayla from Books and Lala does.
Yeah.
Yep.
So many super cute videos with her husband, and I'm like, every time I watch those, I go to Marty, and I was like, I really want to do this together, and he's like, mm-mm.
Oh.
Rude. Rude.
He just has no interest. And I had Becca doing unboxings with me because we get all these subscription boxes, and she was getting. I made a deal with her with the subscription boxes she got. I was like, okay, I'll get you these subscription boxes, but we have to unbox them on my channel. And so her year ran out, and we did all the unboxings on my channel. But as soon as the year ran out, and she didn't want to continue getting the boxes, she's like, I was like, oh, we need to do another video together or something. She's like, no.
Oh.
She's like, I'm not getting any more boxes, so no, I'm done. I'm like, oh.
It's rough.
But luckily I'm turning Xander into a reader. So yeah. It's like pulling teeth sometimes, but it's gradually happening. You'll get there one. He's becoming more and more into books and wanting to like. It was hard for him to not continue on to the second book. He's like, why do we have to read something else?
Fair enough. Like, okay. I like that attitude. I like it.
And we have like where is it? Our most recent book. Oh, I think I put it over there. Whenever we read these books that come in like the Owl Crate Junior boxes, he immediately wants to go and like, can you order the next book? And I'm like, the next book hasn't come out. This is a brand new book.
Yeah.
So we pre-ordered one for the Magic Misfits, and that just came the other day. And he's like, "Oh, we got to read that now." And but he keeps telling me other books that he wants us to read, and I'm like, I love this so much.
It's happening. It's happening.
I told him, I was like, you have to decide. Either we're going to read this or we're going to read the Magic Misfits. But we can't read them both before Harry Potter. So you have to pick which one we read before Harry Potter because the other one will have to wait. And he's like, oh, okay, we'll do this one.
That's exciting. Oh.
We have like a month of reading figured out already. Plus another one of the the Wizards of Once. The sequel to that comes out October 2nd, I think, and we have pre-ordered it. So we've got our entire month of October for our reading. I'm gonna have to like learn how to speed read out loud. Yeah. I need the thing like you can adjust the speed on my voice.
Yep, without like tripping over your words talking so fast and.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'll do that like at night where I'm trying to get to like the end of a chapter or something, and I'll start reading like faster. He's like, "Don't speed up! Don't speed up!" He wants to make it like take as long as possible.
I'm like, done.
I was like, if I don't speed up, we're gonna have to stop in the middle of the chapter.
And you can't stop in the middle of the chapter. It's illegal. There's a lot.
Bye, Melissa. Bye, Skeptical.
Oh, I haven't even been looking at the chat. Hi, guys. See you guys.
Hi, everyone in the chat.
When we were reading Harry Potter together, it was funny because one night, which one was it? One night we ended, let's see, we finished chapter 16. Which says the last line is, there was already someone there, but it wasn't Snape. It wasn't even Voldemort. And I was like, and now it's time for bed. He's like, no. He's like, you cannot leave me hanging like that.
I gotta know who it is.
And I flipped the page. I was like, okay, I can read the first sentence. And I read the first sentence to him, which says, it was Quirrell. And he was like, okay, now I can go to bed.
But like, Not even, because you know who it is, but you don't know why or what's going on, so you just have to finish the rest of the book.
Yeah, we didn't finish the rest of the book. He went to bed at that point. We finished the rest of the book the next
I'm surprised
day.
he slept.
But yeah, he was just like, you can't leave me. I will not be able to sleep if you leave me like that.
Yeah. You would just hear him just go and find the book and then just, okay, it's good.
Yeah, it would be funny. Like, instead of him trying to creep out of his bed to go try to play video games late at night, he creeps out of his bed to go read those last few pages.
You know what? That's parenting done right. You did it.
We actually have Nevermore, but we haven't read it yet.
Oh, I have that book too.
Have you read that book yet?
Does he like any of the Rick Riordan books?
We haven't read them yet. We've read the Rick Riordan Presents, like the Aru Shaw and the End of Time, and we love that.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we bought the newest one of that, which is like Storm Chaser or something like that.
Yeah. Fireside Reads, if you want to start a channel, just do it. You can always film videos and edit them and not post them. You don't have to. You don't have to post your first ones. I filmed like 4 and never posted them. Deleted them right after I finished editing. So I
filmed and didn't know anything about editing and put my first video up, and it was terrible and the sound was terrible, but I put it up there and I just got better from there.
Yep. Also, I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I'm still a dorky person. So embrace the dork.
Yeah.
It's part of the personality in the videos. Like, I keep in every time that I mess up words, every time I say something stupid, I keep all of my bloopers in there. And it's what you see is what you get. And that's the exact way that I am in person. So just as dorky as you might think you are, other people could potentially like it.
Yeah.
For some reason,
I don't keep all of my mistakes just because I make so many of them. Like, my videos may be a half an hour long, but once I edit out all of the mistakes, they're like 15 minutes long.
Yeah. See, I'll keep in like the funny ones. If there's ones that are just stupid and it's like, why? And there's no purpose to them, I'll take them out, but I try to keep as many of them in as possible. So it's like you get to see, because you'll watch these people who have so many subscribers and their videos are always perfect and polished, and it's like, that's not what the filming process is like. It's not the exact same at all. So I like to keep in some of that stuff to show people, like, I'm still a person. I'm still gonna mess up every other word.
Yeah.
And it's fine. You can do that and it's gonna be okay. So
every single one of my videos just about is like, what you see is about a third of what the total is. Like, I have some of these reading vlogs that are like 50 minutes long, but they were 3 hours of footage.
Yeah. It's like, where did all this time go? How did you say so much stupid shit that you can cut out 3/4 of it and still be fine? I don't know.
I've had to learn not to say so much because I have a habit of saying and she'll spend like an hour taking out my ums.
Well, say I still don't know how to edit. I still don't know how to edit out all of our stupid shit. I really don't. I really don't.
I have a problem with saying a lot too, but I cut those out. And
I don't even know how to put books on the screen. Like, if you're not holding the book, if you want to show somebody a book, I don't even know how to put the book on the screen to show.
I think it's just in the
show
software.
how you
put
the book.
It depends on the software you're using.
Yeah.
I was using iMovies, which.
Yeah, I used iMovie up until a few months ago.
Yeah.
And
I use Windows Movie Maker, but whenever I need to put like a book up here, I will do that in Filmora.
Filmora?
Mm-hmm. Wondershare Filmora. It's like Windows Movie Maker is free. Filmora is not, but Filmora lets me do all the fancy stuff. Like everything you saw in my Fall Into Reading-a-thon announcement video with the challenges and all of those graphics and stuff, that all came from Filmora.
I love your intro, Melanie. I absolutely love it. And the music for your intro. And Zoe, I love your intro with the wand and everything.
I love yours, Zoe, where it's like your letters are all mixed up and you do the wand. And
my brother did that, actually. He's the one who came up with the idea and he did it. I was like, I didn't even know you knew how to do this.
Perfect.
Your brother's awesome. Okay, doing that, the wand and everything, that was on point.
Yeah, I was like, I could never figure this out, but sure, if you know how to do it, go for it.
Oh, that's true. I'm like messing with my light. I'm like super white right now, but then I turn it off and it's too dark. I'm gonna have to turn on a different light. Hold on.
We need to get one of those lighting things for our camera too. The light circle.
I know, with those umbrella things.
With a light circle.
Yeah, the ring light. Yeah, I need to get one of those. Because like I film during the day with like the natural lighting, but a lot of the times, especially now that it's getting darker earlier,
yeah,
I can't go home that early.
Right.
So I know my cousin has one, and I can probably snag it from him. But
I have like natural light going on right beside me because I have a window right here.
Yeah.
But it's like shadow over here, so I have a light in front of me, but it's like it's bright.
Yeah.
What I use for all my filming, but it's bright.
Yeah, like my filming space, we have a huge window right in front of my shelves, so I can actually like film with my background, like my normal background, when there's light or when it's not super cloudy or something stupid happening with the weather.
Yeah.
Like right now, I have my window in front of me and it's getting dark, and it's like the lights are not ideal in this room.
Yeah.
Same. I've got windows open on both sides, but that window's a little too far away to give me any light.
Yeah.
So I'm at the weird time of day too, where the light in here is not great. The light out there is not great, and this light is too much.
Yeah.
Are you on Central Time?
What?
Are you on Central Time?
I think she's on Eastern.
Are you on Eastern?
We're both on Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on Central Time in Nashville, so that's
okay.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
we have our blinds down and everything and our overhead light on. If I had the windows open, you wouldn't be able to see me. I'd be so washed out. It'd be bad.
Maybe I should like close my window and then turn the light. I don't know.
The struggle.
The lighting struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
It's like
for me, like I don't usually film with my computer. I'm usually filming with a camera, so that light works really well with the camera.
Right.
But with this, it's just like I'm already like super white anyway, without any extra on me.
Yeah, me too. I'm so washed out. I like probably the second tone up on my foundation. I'm number 2 on the foundation, so ivory white. Washed out.
Now I know Melanie and Zoe, but do not know you two lovely ladies. Can we do a little introduction?
I'm Shannon, and this is Melanie. Her name's Melanie, too.
I'm Melanie. We're from the channel The Book Chronicles.
Yeah.
This is my wife, Shannon.
Oh, that's cool that it's Melanie, too.
I love your name, Melanie.
You too.
So,
do people call you Mel as well, or do they call you Melanie?
People call me Mel. People call me Melanie. Some people call me Chris. Some call me Christina.
oh,
Because my middle name is Christina. And so, yeah, I'm known by many names. Some people call me Weedy.
Well, I'm like 4'6.5" inches tall.
She's short.
So I've been called Mouse. I've been called Melanie Mouse. I've been called Mel. The one name I will not go to be called is Melly. I don't like Melly. No. Don't call me Melly. I did not.
She's been called that before.
Oh, get so mad. But it's Melanie, Mouse, or Mel. That's it.
I like
Nice.
that name, Zoe, though. That's a pretty name.
That is a very cool name, Zoe. I like that.
Thank you.
So if you guys don't already know, like everybody that's in the chat, that each month we're going to pick some subscribers that have like commented on our announcement videos that they would like to be a part of one of the live shows. And each month we'll be picking subscribers from that list to join us.
Yeah.
And the Book Chronicles were subscribers to my channel that said they wanted to be part of the video. And I don't know, I'm guessing Zoe also had this where you got a lot of people commenting that they want to be part of the live show.
Still haven't responded to comments in like a month, and I apologize, but I have no excuse. I just haven't done it.
Because there's a limited number of live shows, I decided that I would put all of the names into like a random name picker.
Yep.
And like just select that way. And I decided this time to let 2 people know that they could be part of the live show. Luckily, I did that because only one person responded, which was y'all. But I still got 2 people with it, so that worked.
There you go.
I was like, yay!
That was awesome. We were so excited that you all allowed us to be a part of this live show. It was really, really appreciate that.
I'm happy you guys wanted to, because like you get a different dynamic with more people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? We were honored. We really appreciate you allowing us to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Because I would not have read Harry Potter if you all had not
We did it.
asked us to be a part of the live show.
She's hooked now, let me tell you.
And I am hooked. I am so hooked now. I have to say to J.K. Rowling, I know she dealt with a lot with anxiety and depression. And when she was writing Voldemort, I felt that Voldemort, and this may be getting a little too philosophical, and I wanted to ask what you all thought. I thought maybe that Voldemort represented her depression, her anxiety, and her fear.
That's an interesting way to put it.
You're on the right track, but not with Voldemort. When you get to the 3rd book, you'll understand more, because she actually did pull from her anxiety and depression to make a certain character or characters.
Oh, okay.
And you'll understand more in the 3rd book.
Yeah.
And I love how the things seem to be facing your fear and facing it with your friends and friendship and camaraderie, and how you can overcome anything with your friends, you know?
Yeah.
And Harry overcame his fears because he had 2 great friends with him.
Oh, for sure. And that continues throughout the whole series.
Hey, Tammy, if you want to be part of my live show and or Zoe's live show, go into the announcement video for Potterwatch on either of our channels, and in the comments section, leave a comment saying you want to be part of the live show. That way we have all of the names like in one spot for each of us, so we can, find you easier.
So now I have to read the other books then, because I want to understand, where the representation came from, because I've kind of got a sense that maybe it was Voldemort, but that's interesting that you said that, Zoe. So I really now want to find out.
It's a good idea, but just keep that in mind as you're reading more, because there's a character that will fit that even more.
Okay.
Than Voldemort does. Are you going to keep reading just 1 book a month with us, or are you going to just binge read the rest of them now?
I'll probably read 1 book a month.
Yeah.
Just so I can let this soak in and marinate and kind of.
Yeah.
Also, you get to draw it out this way.
Yeah.
That way I can think about it more and be able to get into the 2nd book better, probably, because they're going to coincide so much. I am a huge Rainbow Rowell fan, and when she wrote Fangirl, I really loved her depiction of the two characters in that book that represented Ron and Harry.
Yeah. I think, what was it? Carry On?
Carry On was her fiction. But yeah, Rainbow Rowell is another one of my favorite, besides Angie Thomas, of course, and Rainbow Rowell. They're up there. And now I'm really, like I said, I just really got to appreciate J.K. Rowling's work. So
I'm so happy. Oh, that makes me so happy inside.
I would not have done it if I hadn't been for y'all.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that there is this Lifetime movie about I forget what exactly it's called, but it's about J.K. Rowling and like what was going on in her head throughout writing all of the Harry Potter books. Mm-hmm. I think it's like Magic Behind the World or something like that.
I might read Casual Vacancy too, get some of her other books, and I think she's other pen name, I can't remember what it's called.
Robert Galbraith is
she wrote Cuckoo something. The Cuckoo's Falling, or
something like that.
Yeah, might read some of that too.
I want to read her other stuff. I do.
Yeah.
Well, this has been so much fun.
I know.
It has.
I've been I finished the book 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, right before Contemporary-a-thon. And I've just been dying to talk about it. I kept having to stop myself from talking about it. And then last night I had a live show for the read-a-thon that I was co-hosting. And I kept having to stop myself from talking about it during that live show. Yep. I was like, just one more day.
Story of my life, honestly. It's always talking about Harry Potter and just everybody rolling their eyes all the time. But it's a part of life.
Yeah, I have a bunch of series I need to get buckled down and read. I need to finish The Throne of Glass. But you mentioned you were doing I've only got as far as Queen of Shadows, I think. The
fifth one.
Yeah.
I'm working on collecting the Sarah J. Maas books. I haven't. I'm one of those people that need to have all of them before I read them.
Yep.
Because I hate having to wait, 15 years for the next book.
In less than a month, so you're almost there.
Well, right now the only ones I have are A Court of Wings and Ruin and Tower of Dawn, which I think they're two completely different series.
And neither of them is the first in.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they are two different series, though.
I actually saw a box set. I didn't see the individual books today when I went to Books A Million, but they had the box set of A Court of Thorn and Roses, and it was the first three books, or I think it was just the three.
Yeah,
and
there's three. The last book. The novella Akaphos, A Court of Frost and Starlight, just came out.
Yeah.
But they had those in a box set, those first three books. And I was like, you know what? I would get it, except that it has one of those three books is a book I already have. And I was like, I don't want to buy a box set when I've already got one of them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
A special box set.
They might even have one now with the Akaphos in it. I don't know.
Maybe.
There was a lot of controversy on that one.
A lot of people hated it. I loved it personally.
I do. I mean, I loved it.
Oh, where'd she go?
Uh-oh.
So, just curious, anybody going to Y'all Fest this year?
Nope.
I can't. I would love to go, but we can't. I want to go to BookCon and BEA so bad.
I want to go to that too.
We really want to go to BookCon. Or
one year we're gonna go.
We're gonna go one year.
I just went to BookNet Fest, at the beginning of this month. That was so much fun. And it's like a smaller event still. It's only the second year that it's been going on. And it was honestly one of the best times of my life. And it was only $25 for tickets or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in Florida. So it wasn't too bad.
I'm planning on going to that next year because I talked to Sam because I wanted to find out if they were going to do like a set, it's going to be this weekend of September every year.
Yeah.
And she said that was kind of the aim, that it would be like the second weekend of September. So I was like, okay, well, perfect. Because the first weekend of September, which is Labor Day weekend, there is a huge book festival that I went to in Decatur, Georgia, which is just outside Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And I vlogged that whole thing, and it's just a really, really cool event. And like I think it said 244 authors or something like that. It was huge.
Oh, wow.
It literally takes over the whole city.
That's
and
awesome.
The whole city is like, they block off roads and everything, and just everything is book related, and it's amazing. And
that's so
all weekend long. But that's the weekend before, and I was like, you know what? I could go from there and then make my way down to Orlando. Over that week, make my way to Orlando and have some time there before BookNet Fest starts, and then do that as well. So it's just like a 1 week span.
That'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are you gonna vlog Y'all Fest?
I am. I vlogged it last year too. Last year I got to meet Cassandra Clare. That was awesome.
Oh.
Did you tell her about church?
Well, I didn't have church at the time. Church is just a baby.
So next time.
Yeah, well, she's not going to be at Y'all Fest this year, unfortunately, which I was really hoping that she would be, because this hair apparently is a very clary gray.
Yeah, so I was going to say that. Same color as hers.
But last year I had like the Isabel bracelet with the snake whip.
Yeah.
And Isabel's necklace and stuff. And she signed my arm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I want a bracelet that goes around. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, it was cool because I was doing this Fierce Reads challenge, and there was like a bingo thing, and one of the things said to get an author to sign your arm, and she signed my arm, and I was like, oh my gosh. And she actually wrote, because like the way she does her autographs now is like pretty much a CC.
Yeah.
But when she signed it, she actually wrote Cassie Clare. Like,
that's
and
cool.
Apparently that's how she used to sign her books forever ago.
Yeah.
So I got pictures of it. Somebody was like, oh, are you going to get that tattooed? I was like, no. I mean, I love her, but no. I don't do names.
This reminds me, I need to finish the Shadowhunters series. I've read The Infernal Devices, and I've gotten to City of Glass, and that's it.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I'm reading
here
for the first time now.
You're reading what?
The Infernal Devices for the first time.
Oh, you're in.
It's a friend of mine.
Oh my gosh, I love that series.
Because I just finished The Mortal Instruments, because I read the first three. I've talked about it so many times. I read the first three when they first came out, and my copy of City of Glass actually says the final book in the trilogy. So this was before the last three books had even been thought of, right? Mm-hmm. And it was, so I was in denial that the other three were written for a very long time, and I finally read the other three, and City of Heavenly Fire is one of my favorite books now. Like, it was so good.
It was so good.
Now I need to read everything else. So I'm buddy reading. Have you
read the Shadowhunters Academy yet?
No, not yet.
I have that, but I haven't read it either.
Oh my gosh. I just read that one for the first time. Like, I read the others, except I think I had read all the way up to City of Heavenly Fire. And I just kind of kept putting off reading that one because I was like, it's the last one. I got it as soon as it came out. But I was like, it's the last one. I just don't want it to end, so I didn't read it.
Did you read the Sabine Chronicles?
I read the Bane Chronicles, and they're kind of like.
I think you're supposed to read that first. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I read that first, and then, but it's like little stories and not necessarily in chronological order.
Okay.
But and I like the Bane Chronicles, okay. But Tales from a Shadowhunter Academy, if you like City of Heavenly Fire, you're going to love that book.
I'm ready.
Because, all right, sorry guys, this may spoil something if you haven't read City of Heavenly Fire yet. But you know how Simon kind of loses?
Yeah.
Well, that it starts out with him. The whole going to the Shadowhunter Academy is Simon going to the Shadowhunter Academy.
Oh.
And working on him trying to get his memory back and reconnect with Isabel, and it's so good.
Awesome. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I went into it because I read it after the Bane Chronicles, and the Bane Chronicles, all of the other books I gave 5 stars, but that one I gave 4 because it was going really good at first, and then it kind of changed the order in which it was going, and it kind of went for me. But it was choppy. Whereas the Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy is also little stories, but they're done in a way that each story almost feels like a chapter, so it just feels like a full novel.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait to get into Bane Chronicles because Magnus Bane is probably one of my favorite characters, and I want to see more like what happened between him and Alec.
You unfortunately don't get a lot of that.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping for that too, but you really don't get a lot of that. You get things that like Magnus Bane before any of these Shadowhunters, and you get Magnus when like he's first meeting baby Clary, and when he's meeting Valentine and all of them.
Okay.
But and it's good. Each individual story is good, and it's like for the first half of that book, every story goes in chronological order, so you can see how things are going through his life.
Yeah.
And then it hits a certain point, and then it goes back in time and starts going in chronological order again, and then it does it again and goes. And I'm like, I don't like that. Just put it all in order.
That's cool, yeah.
Oh yeah, the voicemails to Magnus. There is a part in there when all of the people are trying to get Magnus to go back to Alex, and so you hear all the voicemails.
And I think the last one is a date with that they have a date or something.
Yeah, there's what to get the Shadowhunter that you're not really supposed to be dating in the first place, like what to get him for a birthday gift or something.
Yeah. I can't get into those. Oh.
But you're gonna really like Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy.
Okay.
I cried a couple of times.
Oh, I cried with the Infernal Devices. I legit cried. I boohooed.
Oh yeah.
See, I did all of the Mortal Instruments books 5 stars, and I think it was just because I was in such a slump that it took me so long to read Clockwork Angel. I only gave it like 3.5 or something because it honestly felt like City of Bones, but with different characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the stuff seemed the same, and I'm just like, it's okay. Why? I get you want to tell another story, but why are you doing every character the exact same? Like,
some of it is because they're actually related to these people.
Yeah, but it was like some of it was almost too much. It was almost too close to what it was. But I want to reread it when I'm not in a slump and see how I feel because it took so long. So
I highly recommend, like when I read them, I read, Mortal Instruments, and then I forget up to what point I read Mortal Instruments, and then I read all of the Infernal Devices, and I think I read like up to the 4th book of Mortal Instruments, and then I read all the Infernal Devices. This time I'm, rereading it. Emma Books is doing a Shadowhunter read along.
Yeah.
And, it's each month they're reading a book, or sometimes 2 in 1 month, leading up to the newest book coming out. And we're doing it in publication order. And it's very interesting going back and reading these in publication order. I highly, highly, highly recommend that, because you pick up on things that you wouldn't have picked up on otherwise. Like when reading the Infernal Devices, like as I'm going through because it's like, okay, you read, I can't remember the exact order without looking it up, but the first 2 Mortal Instruments, and then you read Clockwork Angel, and then you read one of these, and then you read that. Yeah, and they're interweaving, and so it's not so much like the same people. Plus, it really changes later in the Infernal Devices. Yeah. But you see how these people actually play parts in both things. Okay. Plus, Magnus is in both of them as well.
Yeah.
And you know that in City of Heavenly Fire, you see Tessa and Jim. Mm-hmm. They make appearances in there. And they also make appearances in Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, I see Marty outside. But yeah, their stories kind of interweave together. And it's really, like, I understand now why Jace has that starburst, like, birthmark that he has. And I didn't pick that up, like, understand that when I was reading the Mortal Instruments before, but reading it in publication order, I now understand that.
Yeah.
See, I think I want to read all of them, like just how I am, and then do a reread after of everything. So,
have you read the Dark Artifices yet?
No.
I haven't either.
Is that supposed to coincide too, the Dark Artifices, or?
Well, I think actually they are a little bit. So I'm going to be reading them in this chronological or publication order. It's the schedule that Emma has on her
Trek Society.
Video. That's what I'm following. And I'm loving and doing it this way because it's such an interesting take on it. Mm-hmm. It's funny because there's not too many books that I actually will like want to reread, and Mortal and all of those books are definitely ones that I've enjoyed rereading them. Yeah. And I think Harry Potter is going to be one of those that I'll end up wanting to reread in the future. And a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares is probably another one I'll reread just because it was so good.
See, I reread often. I read so fast that if I wasn't rereading, I would have to spend way too much money on new books, and I can't sustain that in my life.
I hear that.
I spend way too much money on books.
When I could afford it. And then I had to stop. I've been on a ban since March. I was supposed to be on a ban since December, but I caved in March. There was a sale and I bought 18 books. So that's why I can't go near a bookstore, because I can't just buy 1 or 2. It has to be 18 or more or bust. So it's
first time I put myself on a book buying ban. She takes me to Barnes and Noble, or not Barnes and Noble, but Books A Million. Okay, we hit the bargain shelf, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
I gotta get these. They're only $3 or $4.
You can't say no to those.
No, I mean, they're usually just $3 to $4. I mean, that's.
I currently have 12 boxes of book outlet orders waiting to be unboxed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Literally, if I stacked them up on top of each other, they'd be taller than me.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you got.
Tammy, you read Harry Potter 56 times? You're the first person I've ever met that's read it more than me, because I'm almost at 40. This is
Oh, wow.
You were a hero among men.
So how do y'all keep up with how many times you've read something? Do you like, I met somebody that read, was it the Divergent series, I think? They read it like, I forget how many times, but they had like a little tally going in their book, and they had, every time they read it, they marked it again.
I should do that. I know, because when a new book comes out in a series, I reread the whole series before reading the new book, unless it was like right after. Like it came out right after I read them. So I started reading Harry Potter when I was 7, and I'm going to be 25 next month.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've read it multiple times, and then I used to read it a lot more, like several times a year. I lost count. I was counting. I don't remember how, but I was counting. I lost count around like 20 something. And I know I've read it more times, like at least 20 times since then. So I think I'm going to start doing a tally.
Yeah, I've got me a little bullet journal. I'm going to start, learning the art of bullet journaling. So, yeah. I'll have me.
I don't think I've ever reread something enough times that I would lose track.
Well,
I don't do a whole lot of rereading.
My third reread. So this was the third time reading those. First time for her.
Yeah, it gets better every time. Honestly, like I can't wait for the day when I know for sure that I've hit 100 times reading this book. I'm gonna throw myself a party. I don't know if anyone else will want to come to this party, but I am throwing a damn party.
You should. You totally should.
I love that.
I'm gonna try within the next couple of years to get to 100 times.
Well, you should do like I was talking about, doing the little tally marks in your book.
I'm gonna start it on this one. I know on Goodreads it says I'm reading it for the 7th time, and I was like, oh, that's cute. I did that when I was like 9 years old.
This is the first time the 7th time you put it into Goodreads.
Yeah. So I'm like, you're a little bit behind, but okay.
So has there been any other series you've read that you've read as much as that or close to?
Not as much. I have series that I want to read as much, but just haven't gotten there yet. Throne of Glass for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, there are some of like when I was younger, like the super, super long contemporary series that went like 14 books long. I read those quite a few times, but nothing as much as Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I think the books that I've probably reread the most of would be the Babysitter Club books.
Oh, I used
to read those. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I used to read those.
That's that was my, pretty much as long as I've been able to read, I've loved to read and just devoured books. But that was my first, like, what really stuck in my head. Like, everybody says Harry Potter. For me, it was the Babysitter Club books, because Harry Potter didn't exist then. And there was, and this is also, I guess, my introduction to subscription boxes, because in school you get the little flyers for the Scholastic book sales or whatever, and you could like order on there, and they always had like this little section on the last page at the bottom with some kind of book club or something that you could join. And my mom signed me up for the Babysitters Club one. And every month I would get like 2 of the Babysitter Club books, and they would come in the numbered order. And it would also come with some little crafty thing like friendship bracelets or something like that. And every month those things would arrive, and it didn't come in a box or anything. It came like in a bag. But every month those would come. I would read them all in one day. And then I would be dying for the rest of the month to get the next 2.
That I wrote those in the Ramona books. I don't know if y'all read any of the Ramona books.
Yep.
Remember those? I loved them. Ramona and Beezus, and
And then all the what the hell, the Roald Dahl ones, like all of his, I read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Willy Wonka, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I couldn't get in is a Harlequin romance. I'm not really big on. I wasn't really big on those.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sweet Valley High was my thing. I had the books,
Yeah.
and then we had like a board game for it, and it was so good.
I think I had a board game for that too.
Yeah.
I
And
have
we never knew how to play it, but we had it.
one. Hold on. Let me grab this book. Hold on. This is one of the oldest books I have.
I think one of the oldest books I have is a Stephen King book.
I think mine, the book that I have now that I've had the longest, is The Chamber of Secrets. Because I got that when I was 7, and my mom got rid of all of my older books because I outgrew them.
So this is called The Great Mom Swap.
Oh, look at that cover.
Wow.
I know, right? This thing is beat up too.
Hey, it still looks.
My copy right here, it's looking like that. You can't see that at all, but it's like, it's all coming apart.
It's
Yeah,
well
it's like
well done.
pages.
Yep. Oh, my copy of The Order of the Phoenix, it's like the cover is totally coming off. It's only attached on the back now. The Half-Blood Prince is like split down the middle, so when you get to the middle, it just like flops open. Like,
This is about 2 girls like trading places for I think a week because they thought the other one's life was better. So they talked to their parents and stuff, and they got to do.
That's how life swap started.
Yeah, it's called the Great Mom Swap.
Kind of like
the people on this cover. I mean,
Yep.
And then we also have this one.
Oh, I read that.
This is not my first copy of this one.
Right.
That's why it's in such a good condition.
Have you seen that they remade all the Babysitters Club into graphic novels?
They look so weird.
I grabbed one because I wanted to get my cousins to read it, and then when I opened it, I was like, "What the hell is this? Like, this is not the Babysitters Club." I was so angry at it. Oh my god!
It looks so cartoony.
Yeah, and they didn't have an actual copy. They only had the graphic novels, and I was like, "I'm so done with this right now. Like, we're ruining the children. Just wear the classic books."
It's like, okay, some graphic novels, okay, but don't take ones that like that should just be read, and turn them into it's. Well, I mean, I guess it works kind of for the short attention span.
I would have been okay with it if they still had the copies, like the actual full books next to it, but they didn't have it. It was just the graphic novels.
Oh, I have a graphic novel to show y'all. Hold on.
Where's my graphic? I just recently got into graphic novels and manga as well. Do any of you guys read manga?
I can't.
Oh,
it's Jim and the Holograms.
Oh, I used to watch that cartoon.
We had the cassette tape. Oh my god, we used to jam to that all the time. It was so good.
I had the Jim dolls, like they were like Barbie dolls, except Jim was like she could if you tried to she couldn't wear any of the Barbie doll clothes. She could only wear Ken's clothes. And Jim, like all of them had like these huge flat feet. So again, couldn't wear Barbie shoes. She could only wear Ken's shoes. And I had the Jim dolls, and then I had her car, like the really cool like green and pink car.
Yes.
And in the trunk of the car, it had like a stereo.
Okay.
And a little radio. And then I also had her backstage where you could like hang her clothes up and all of this stuff. But there was a wire that would go from the backstage into the back of the car. and they were like the backstage would turn into speakers.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember that well.
I wish I had kept those, but at some point my dumb adolescent self decided that I just wanted the stereo out of it and destroyed the car.
Oh no.
It's terrible.
It was terrible.
Why did teenagers get to make decisions? Oh.
I saw this when I was at the Decatur Book Festival. I went into this place called Little Shop of Stories, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like
Right in the
the Misfits.
Oh, look at
Oh
that.
my God.
I'm going to have to look for those.
I don't know if any of y'all saw the Gem and the Holograms movie.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
wanted to, but I never got around to seeing it because nobody wanted to go with me.
I wouldn't bother.
I heard terrible things about it.
It really was terrible. It was like nothing at all like
The
the
series.
cartoon or
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things that you'd have to take it as separate, like the Alice in Wonderland movies with the book. It's
Mhm.
like loosely based, same characters, nothing actually happens the same. I feel like that's how you'd have to watch that, the Gem and the Holograms movie.
Yeah.
I had my daughter watch the Gem and the Holograms cartoons because we had downloaded, like, I don't know how we ended up getting them, but we had gotten like the whole series downloaded
Okay.
and had Becca watching them. It was great.
Yeah.
And Rainbow Bright, the original Rainbow Bright.
Oh, I cried
Right
when
with
that
that.
went off the air. I loved that show. My little heart was just crying the day that it was off the air. I went to turn on the channel to see if my show was on, and Mom said it was canceled. I said, they can't cancel Rainbow Bright. No.
I had like all the Rainbow Bright, like the curtains, Rainbow Bright pillowcase. I had like 50 different sprites, all the different sprites, and I had all the different little rainbow dolls, and
Yeah.
I had the horse.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I remember when they like remade Rainbow Bright, and I was like, "What is this?" They also remade Strawberry Shortcake, and I was also like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Terrible.
I like Care Bears too. Yeah.
I didn't like the remake too well of either one of those.
They try to make them like they were teenagers or something instead of the kids that they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Okay, wait. Tammy, you're 17 and you've read Harry Potter 56 times? What the hell?
Wow. Okay, hold on.
Way to go, Tammy.
Tammy, how old were you when you started reading Harry Potter?
A hero among men.
50. Because if she started reading them from birth, I would have to read them
It got read to me the day I was born. Okay.
a year.
That makes more sense. It got read to her the day she was born.
Okay. Well, she would have to, from the day she was born, read them 3 1/3 times a year, every year of her life. Oh, she said I actually did.
Or did you have a calculator?
I had a calculator.
Okay, I was going to say, because that's impressive. If you did that in your head.
No, I am good with math, but no.
Not that good. That's still quite impressive. 56 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, for me, I'm like, I have so many, well, I always have so many other books that I haven't read that I don't take that often to go back and reread something because I think in my brain, I feel guilty about doing that just because I have all these other books that I haven't read that I need to get to. And I'm taking away time from doing that if I'm rereading something I've already read.
See,
Yeah.
I feel guilty if I'm not rereading because I'm like, my poor babies, they miss me. They need attention. So I have to reread.
That's kind of how I feel like if you buy a book, what's the point of not rereading it eventually? You know?
Yeah. And it's like the shelves that I film in front of, like all of those, I've read every single one on there. And I have a separate shelf for my TBR. So it's like, as soon as it gets onto that shelf, it's going there with the intention, if I liked it, I'm going to read it again at some point. Like I said, though, I read really fast. So
You do read really fast.
And it's like, it doesn't actually take out that much time. If I'm reading at my normal pace, then I can read and then go back again and reread my favorites and then read something new and then reread another favorite. So
yeah, when I read a book, if I rated it a 4 or higher, then I'll keep it, because then I would be interested in rereading it or having somebody else like Xander or Becca or I like my mother-in-law. She will read some of the books that I recommend and things like that. So I'll let her borrow my books because I know she's going to return them. And so anything that's like a 4 or a 5 star, I'll keep those because I really like them. Mm-hmm. And anything that's lower than that, I'll get rid of, unless it's part of a series that overall I've rated a 4 or up.
Yeah.
See, I can't get rid of books at all. All these unhauls that everybody's doing lately, I'm just like, I can't. It's
if you had as many books as I do, you could.
I have never willingly given away a book, like not even donated it, like gave it to a used bookstore or anything. And like, I have the space to be able to do that, so it's okay. If I didn't have the space, then this might be different. But like, when I moved into our house last year, I had around like 600, 700 books. There's like 700 something. Now I have well over 800.
Oh, wow.
By the time we move again, I'm going to have well over 1,000. And it's like, I can't get rid of any of them. I feel so guilty to the book. Even if I hated them, I have somebody that might like them at some point. So it's like, my shelves have become a community library, and I can't justify getting rid of a book that I know that there is somebody that I know personally that might like it. I don't know if that made sense outside of my brain. But it made sense in my brain.
Yeah. I think last time I counted, we have about 500.
Yeah.
We have these shelves and a couple in the living room, so we got, and then of course a bunch here on the side.
Yeah.
I want to say the last time I counted, I had like over 650. Yeah. And I know when I did my bookshelf tour back in December, I had like 450. And I have gotten several since then. So I have no idea how many I have right now. I'm not looking forward to counting, and I'm really not looking forward to filming another bookshelf tour.
Oh God, me neither.
Those are really hard to film, though.
They take forever.
My last one,
editing it too. Oh,
my last one took a total of like 8 hours to film.
Oh my goodness.
It was rough. And like, I have this app that it's like a book catalog that connects to Goodreads. So that's how like I keep updated with Goodreads mostly. And it says I have 688 on here because I don't put a book in there until I read it. So I have all of my TBR books that are waiting to get on there.
Oh,
hello.
This is Church.
It's
Hi.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Oh, he's my book kitty.
He's your book kitty. Oh, sweet.
I have a ginger cat, and hers is a Siamese. Mine's a ginger cat.
I have only one cat in here, but in my house, I have 6 cats, 2 dogs, and a tortoise.
Oh, wow.
Goodness.
That's a full house.
Yeah. Anybody want a cat?
I wish. Kurt's so allergic, like it's not even funny. But
Your heart.
that we're gonna get a dog when we find out that I'm pregnant, and we're gonna get a golden retriever. So,
Aww.
and like, I think we've decided that we're gonna do that every time we find out I'm pregnant, and we want 5 kids. So
You want 5 dogs?
at least, and we jokingly say we want 10 kids, so that means 10 dogs, and I'm here. I'm ready. Sign me up. Each kid gets a dog.
Oh.
So what happens when like dog passes away? Do you replace it with another dog?
We
You still
haven't
have
thought
the
that
kid.
far ahead yet. Like, we're living in denial that that's gonna happen. So we'll see.
Oh yeah.
I like the idea of getting one when you have a kid and then they kind of grow up together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we're going. That's like what we're planning. So
Until you have more dog than you have house.
we want a house with a giant yard. Like ours right now, our yard is huge. We have like an acre of land that's mostly forested, but like we have a ton of space in the yard. So like we have room for at least like 2 right now. And we want to move within the next couple of years. So we'll have space. That's one of the requirements is enough space for multiple children and multiple dogs. And all of my books and his retro gaming collection. We need space for all of it. If
Love
not,
it.
You could have like a gaming room. You could have like your library room or
yeah. It's like right now I've taken over the living room as my library. So like he had no choice.
we've actually this is our dining room. We don't have a dining room table, but we've turned our dining room into a library. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, my daughter is getting ready to she's in college and she lives at home while she goes to school, but next summer she's planning on getting her own apartment, and she currently has the biggest room in the entire house,
oh wow.
and I'm planning on taking that as my library whenever she moves out. I talk often about how I'm going to do my library, and she's like, "You mean my room?"
No, the library.
Because see, this room right here is currently my library / office, and whenever she moves out, Marty's getting this room and I'm getting that room, because that room, it's almost like our bedroom is almost as big, but hers is just a little bit bigger, and it's like 600 square feet, just her bedroom. And her she has like a walk-in closet that's outside of her room and her own bathroom. So she's got like a whole suite there, and just her bedroom is 600 square feet. And I'm just like, I'm going to line those walls with bookshelves.
Yep.
And then if I run out of room that way, I'm going to just turn them so they're this way instead of flat against the wall.
Yeah.
Just line them up. I will literally have a library.
And getting like shelves, like a couple in the middle, and then.
Well, I'm thinking right smack in the middle, I'm going to have like a day bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So, like reading a day bed, and then a TV so I can like lay there and read or watch movies. I'm going to like live in this room.
Nice.
I've already planned out what it's gonna look like. I know for sure what mine's gonna look like, and it's going to be epic. That's the only word for it. Just epic.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see.
Now, when you get it all set, are you gonna like film it, like when you're actually setting it up and stuff?
Oh, for sure. This will be like a few years from now, but like, if I'm still doing BookTube, which I'm planning on, I'm gonna film like the whole thing.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I want to give me one of those little bean chairs to put by this window to kind of like read on, like my little book nook.
Yeah.
I just got like one of those. It's a gigantic, huge bean bag, but it's not like the bean kind of things in it. It's actually like stripped memory foam.
Oh, okay.
And what's really cool is you can like choose whatever kind of cover you want. And so I have like this pink, velvety kind of, I don't know, suede kind of cover. And but you can take the cover off and like you flip it and fluff it and it turns into, I think I got the queen. It's either queen or a king size mattress.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, okay, I can, if I need a place for a guest to sleep, I can do that. Or, like we actually did it in the living room. The day that it arrived, we had a date night and we sent the kids off to go and do this like jump yard kind of thing. And we pulled this thing out and fluffed it out in the living room and laid on it and watched a movie.
Oh,
nice.
that's awesome.
I want one of those. That's
they're like, it's a company called Corduroys, kind of like the corduroy pants, but they're called corduroys, like Cordaroys. And it's like, oh my gosh, this thing is huge. Like I literally, after putting it back into its cover, and so it's back to being a giant beanbag, you can like run and jump and down into it.
Oh, wow.
See, that's
and I just like falling flat into it. It's great.
Oh, I found it. I Googled.
They've got like lots of different sizes. They have ones that can be made into like a couch kind of thing.
Yeah.
Instead of just a beanbag. They're really cool.
I want one. Because
They're awesome.
His friend stays over, like his best friend hangs out at our house every Saturday usually. And we only have our bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he'll sleep on our couch. Our couch is the most fantastic thing in the entire world. And this is actually a good option because like we can just have it as a beanbag.
Yeah. And then only pull it. My son, we were talking about like a new bed for him and stuff because he's wanting to start getting a little bit of a more grown-up room. And because, well, he's 12, so he wants a not so kid room. He wants a closer to teenager kind of room.
Yeah.
And I came across these, and he's just like, the one we ordered for him it also turns, I think, into a king size, so he has plenty of room for like friends sleeping over and stuff. But most of the time, it's probably just going to stay a gigantic beanbag because it's huge for him. And his is like black and furry, like it's almost like it feels like petting a cat or something. It's that kind of furry, not fuzzy, but furry like that. And it's like black and sleek, but he's like, I'm just gonna sleep on it like it is.
Fair enough. So I went on the website here, and the first picture that pops up, have you guys seen any of do you know Maureen Keevy, the booktuber?
Mm-hmm.
Her sister is like a model, right? She's been in a lot of her stuff and a lot of the vlogs with Jessie the Reader because they're all friends.
Right.
And Maureen's sister is one of the models on this website.
Oh,
like she's the blonde one when like you first pop up on it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Like I've never seen an ad or something like that with somebody that I recognize.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I watch all of them. I watch Jessie the Reader, Emma Books, Poland Bananas, I think.
Yeah.
Poland Banana Books.
Yeah. And Pages and Pens, Julie.
Julia.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah. If you get that, it takes like it comes packed into a box, and it'll require like I think 24 hours for it to fully fluff out. We laid on it the first day, and it was very lumpy that first day, but then we put it back into the cover and just left it, and now it's super fluffy and awesome, and I love it. And it's currently taking up a gigantic spot in my bedroom just because I was like, I'm waiting for Becca to, out the door.
Yeah.
So I have a place for it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just usually read on my couch. I read in bed sometimes, but I get kind of sleepy when I read in bed. So
I feel that, yeah. They have
Yeah.
pet beds too? What?
They have what?
Beds for your pets.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah,
they have all kinds of stuff on there.
Yeah.
I had never heard of this convertible bed thing before, and I was like, this is awesome.
I mean, like, they're kind of pricey, but worth
Yeah. They really are worth it though, because
I've seen this
they
reading
have like a
chair.
lifetime guarantee as well.
Oh, that's
There
cool.
was this reading chair that had like it's a built-in bookcase in the chair, and it was like over $3,000.
See, I was just talking to Kurt about that, like at the beginning of the summer, where I wanted to make one of those. Like you make like a little thing and then add like a little lip onto it, and then pillows and blankets and stuff in there, and then just build your own shelves around it.
Yeah.
Isn't it for like $100 instead of spending $3,000 because that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I have a thing for pillows, so I have a million anyways, and why not just put them in there and make like a little fort, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
yeah. Because I don't have $3,000 to spend on a chair.
Oh, no.
That's crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I'm cheap. I don't typically buy the pricier kind of things, but
It's worth it.
And this is, I mean, when you think about it as a bean bag, it's pricey for a bean bag.
But it's
when you
also
think about it as a mattress, it's really not pricey.
no, it's pretty cheap as a mattress, and it's like a 2-for-1 deal because it has to
Mhm.
look big enough to make as an actual chair, not even a bean bag.
Oh, yeah, this thing is gigantic. Like, I want to say, let me see if I can find the measurements of the one I have, because it's huge.
I can imagine. I bet it's comfortable though.
It's so comfortable. Yeah, I the one I have is the Posh collection,
Oh.
and it is the pink velour or whatever. And let's see, what is that?
I'm with you though, Zoe. I wouldn't spend that much on a chair. I only spent probably $20 for my each shelf.
Yeah,
I think I got the
I feel like
extra large.
like a splurge.
Yeah.
Wait till it goes on sale or something.
And this bean bag, as a bean bag, is 5 foot by 5 foot.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
I'll have
huge.
to put that up.
That's
'Cause
the
I-
extra large one.
Right
Yeah.
by the window here, so I can read, like, kind of have some natural lighting in the day.
Yep.
I was like, I could totally just sleep on that in the
Oh.
back. Like, I could curl up on that thing myself, because, well, I'm like 5'2", so
Same.
it's not much bigger. You know, I'm not much bigger than it is. So, like, just I sleep kind of curled up anyway. So when I'm curled up, I'm like fit perfectly in there.
Nice. Nice.
All right, it's almost 8 o'clock. I didn't realize. I'm getting hungry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I haven't eaten dinner either.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we've actually lost quite a few people.
I know. I
People
saw
have said
that.
bye over time. We're down to 7 people, and I think we're 3 of them. So we got Meggers, we've got Books with Brandy Shane. I think we still have Tammy. I don't know who else. Maybe Caitlin. If you're here, say hi. If you're still here.
Yeah. Hi, I'm still here.
Tammy's still here.
We got Tammy.
Caitlin's still here.
Oh, I just seen you have behind your shelf, you got some Dean Koontz books.
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
I just finished not too long ago. Have you ever read Intensity? by Dean Koontz?
I have it. I'm not sure if that's one of them I've read yet or not.
It's pretty
Because
good.
I've read so many of them.
He's kind of up there with Stephen King.
I prefer him over Stephen King.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I have like 60 something of his books.
Oh, wow.
They were like, Marty introduced me to Dean Koontz. It was Lightning was the first book I read by him and loved it. Hi, Taria.
I read Intensity, Door to December, I think.
Oh, there's the 4, then there's the 3 of us.
Yep. Yeah, Zoe looks hungry.
I'm always hungry. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm always hungry.
I'm like, I forget to eat. I'm like, I forget that I'm supposed to eat until it's past. Like I've gotten past the hungry part to the point of my whole body's just shaking, and I'm like, oh wait, I haven't eaten. I need to eat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then when I get to that point, I'm like, okay, let's figure out something to eat. And then I spend so long trying to figure something out that I don't end up eating because I can't decide.
I have that problem too. Terrell has a question for us. Is there the one member of the Weasley clan that you can always love to hate?
Percy.
Oh, Percy the Perfect?
It's Percy. I hate him.
I think I know why, too.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
granted, I've only read the first book, so I only know the 4 Weasleys. Well, I know Ginny too, so I guess 5 Weasleys that I know.
You gotta love the ones that do all the little jokes and
Fred and George.
yeah. I would say Percy too. I would say Percy.
Percy was always my least favorite. Always.
No, but I don't want to spoil anything.
No, like even from the very beginning, I never liked him. He was just annoying.
Yeah, because well, he's a perfect or whatever. He's like he's too goody two shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
More about Percy at the end of the series because I have thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about Percy's arc in the story.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already like anxiously awaiting the next live show for the
Yeah.
reading them, getting through the next book and doing the next live show because this is just a lot of fun.
Make sure to write your questions down so you can remember everything and then write down too what you're noticing that you're picking up on from the first book as well. Like think back on it because every book it's going to add on to that and it's going to be like, oh, okay, I see now. You did a thing for a reason, and this is the reason.
Tammy's already excited for the next live show too. The next live show will be on Zoe's channel.
Yeah. What day again? October 27th?
I have to look. Hold on.
I had it written down somewhere.
Let's see. Let's go to my Potterwatch here. I have it all listed on there.
October 27th. Yeah.
Okay. Same time, different place.
So yes, the last Saturday of October.
We'll be back on my channel for book 3.
Yeah.
So are y'all gonna like switch, like then the 4th one be on hers and
Yep.
Yeah. We're going back and forth.
oh, that's cool.
Cool.
And then the cursed child gets to be on my channel.
She's like, yes. I got so much to say.
It's going to be called This Book is Too Stupid live show. Something like that. We're not talking about Harry Potter deaths yet because
Nobody's died in the first book. I haven't read any of the other books.
the Melanies have only read one.
And
Yeah. Both of us have only read the first book.
The Melanies, both of them. I think I'm going to end up doing a Cursed Child rant video
I'm
sometime
I would
soon. Because like this has me thinking about it more and more. I don't know if I want to wait until like the end of these live shows to do a rant video. It might.
Oh, you should so wait.
Actually, you know what? I'm planning on doing a fan fiction recommendation video soon. I've been rereading a lot of my favorites and procrastinating on making the video because I keep reading more fan fiction. So it'll probably happen right after that because I'm reading good fan fiction and The Cursed Child is bad fan fiction that got published. So it's going to be.
Where are you reading the fan fiction at? The internet or?
Say again?
Where are you finding the fan fiction? Where are you reading it?
Fanfiction.net is the website, my favorite website.
Oh, okay.
There are many, but that one's my favorite one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
so I would say if you wanted to film the Cursed Child rant before getting to that part in the read along,
yeah,
just don't post it because I'm going to end up watching it. Any of your videos that come out, I watch them, and so I don't think I would be able to keep myself from watching that because I'm dying to know.
Yeah.
You know what? I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have just save all the footage, and every time I start thinking about it, and not just sit down and rant for 25 minutes, but little snippets. Every time I think about it, why I hate it, then talk about it. And then compile all of those until the live show and then post it after the live show. So
Kind of like a
months worth of why I hate The Cursed Child.
I love it.
I think that's a good idea.
And I'll watch it then too. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It'll be I'll have everything and I'll have time to think about all the new things, why I hate it so much. There we go. That's a good plan. This is October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months of why I hate Harry Potter. Or not Harry Potter, why I hate The Cursed Child.
Oh gosh.
I never hate Harry Potter in general. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure you really, really hate it.
I hate it with a deep burning passion. I could do without it for the rest of my life.
So much so that you have to read it 40 more times.
Yeah. But I hate it. Yeah.
Just to make sure that you don't change your mind on the 90th time.
100%. 99th time. I hate it. We're done.
Oh my god, that'd be terrible. You got to the point where you've read it 99 times and you're just I really just don't want to read it.
I've got 99 problems and now Harry Potter is one.
That's great.
That was great. I love it.
Caitlin, I listen to audiobooks on the Libby app as well. It's the library app.
Oh yeah, we do too.
Yeah. And then when I have a free credit for Audible, but I don't want to pay that much for audiobooks right now because still on a ban and that counts as buying books. So
do you guys prefer audio? I mean, do you guys like doing audiobooks? Do you find it hard or do you prefer physical?
I always prefer a physical book. I don't like ebooks because they hurt my eyes. But audiobooks I like for when I'm doing the dishes or cleaning or something or driving. Mm-hmm. And it helps me read it even more than I already do. I don't need that, but it helps.
Yeah, I like to I don't really listen to the radio anymore in the car because I always have an audiobook playing.
Same.
So I like listening to the audiobook. And then there's some books that if I'm listening to the audiobook, I'll also, if I'm home and I want to listen to it, I'll have the physical book out and I'll read along with it.
Yeah.
Because it sticks in my head better, I think.
I tried doing that, but I read so much faster than the audiobooks. And I listen to the audiobooks at almost 3 times the speed on Libby.
Oh, wow.
And I still read faster because they have so many pauses in between everything. And I'm just this makes me angry following along. So if I can read the physical copy, I will. If I can't, then I'll listen to the audiobook.
I think the fastest I can listen is at 2 times. I don't think I can do the 3 times speed.
It took a while to train my ears to be able to understand what's going on. But
I think the fastest I've gone on anything was like 2.6, something like that. But for me, it's if I'm driving or something, I listen to it slower. But if I'm reading along, I listen to it a whole lot faster because, like you said, I read faster than. But if I listen to it really fast while I'm doing something else, like driving or whatever, it'll kind of go in one ear out the other, and I'll be like, "Wait a minute, what just happened?" And I have to go back.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's like I said, it took a while to be able to train it to work like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody talks to me while it's going that fast, I have to go back because then like even 3 words blocks out so much from the audiobook that it's just like I missed everything.
Yeah, it requires a lot of focus when you're listening to it quickly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's like I think 2.75 or 2.8 is like my sweet spot where it's not too fast, but it's also not too slow. And I find it depends on the narrator. Not every narrator I can listen to that fast. So it's
there's some okay, so Marty, he doesn't really do physical books, and I'm just kind of getting him into audiobooks. And it kind of started long before audiobooks, where we would go on road trips and I would actually just read out loud whatever book, and he'd get into that. But I mean, after an 8-hour drive, I can't speak because I've just read for 8 hours. But so I've got him listening to audiobooks, so he only does it when I'm in the car. And we were listening to Watchers by Dean Koontz, and okay, the book was written like late 80s, early 90s, and I'm pretty sure the audiobook was recorded around that same time. And you can definitely tell a difference in like how it sounds. And
yeah.
The people that do audiobook now versus the way they did back then, it sounds very different, like how they speak and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever listened to an audiobook that's like from that long ago, but I could see how it would be like that. I see what you mean.
Yeah. I recommend like just, even if you're not interested in the book, like listening to just a little bit of that or something. Actually, hold on. I think I still have it on here. I can play a little bit if I still have it. We're currently listening to Scythe.
Oh, I haven't read that. I have that and Thunderhead. I heard it's really good.
It is actually really good. Let's see.
The whole idea that there's no disease and they have to kill people to keep the population down. Yeah, I love dystopia. It's probably my favorite genre.
There's one line where they're like, there is this old practice called torture, where you would harm a person for an extended period of time. And it's like, no, it's not torture. That's torture.
That's funny. No, I don't have it on here. I got rid of it. But I don't know. It's like, I think it's kind of like the difference in even like radio announcers or the people that do the voices for like movie trailers and stuff. The like that cheesier sounding voice is what they used back then. And I was kind of like, as soon as it started playing, we were both like, "Oh, that voice though."
That's me with the Raven Boys. I can't listen to it because the narrator has like this super, super deep South accent. And it's like, it seems exaggerated. And I'm just like, I can't. And it's a male narrator. And it doesn't work for that. I can't do it. It's one of the only audiobooks that I've stopped listening to because I couldn't take it anymore.
There's a question for you, Zoe.
Oh, question for me. I don't watch much TV, actually.
Same.
We don't have cable. because it costs way too much money where we're at, and like our internet costs way too much too. And it's terrible internet, which is why I'm at my grandparents' house right now, because they have better internet than me, which is stupid. But there are some shows, like I used to watch TV, but I spend so much time reading now that I don't watch TV like at all.
Yeah, that's me.
We watch, like, I got Kurt to watch Glee, which is fantastic.
I love Glee.
And we've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I used to watch it and he's never seen it. He wants me to watch Breaking Bad because I watched a couple episodes and I hated it.
Oh, I was hooked.
He's like, you gotta give it past the first season because the first season's garbage compared to the rest of it. So, like, we'll watch older shows, but there's no new ones that we're watching at all. Like
Orange is the New Black is pretty good too.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that one, but it's like again, I just read so much that
me too.
Time to watch TV is just like I'd rather be reading.
My extent of watching TV, heck, pretty much since I've started this channel, my extent of watching TV is really occasionally watching a movie, and it's usually a book to movie adaptation that I'm watching.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'll go to the drive-in because we actually have a drive-in movie theater here, which is really, really cool.
That's cool.
And they always show double features, and they're brand new movies too.
Oh.
So they're not like old movies that they play there. And we just went and watched The House with the Clock in Its Walls.
Oh, I want to see
that book. Oh.
Okay. In that case, the movie is way better than the book.
Oh.
The book, we read the book. The book's like 179 pages. I was like, how are they making a movie out of that? It gave me like goosebump feels.
Okay.
Like the movie's Goosebumps. But the movie was a lot better and actually adds a lot more to the story. It was good. It wasn't like awesome, but it was good.
Yeah.
The book was kind of We gave the book a 3. But we saw that, and then it was followed by Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Oh my God, Mamma Mia is one of my favorite movies. I loved it so much.
I haven't seen
it like 3 times watching this movie.
I heard
I got to watch
is in the second one.
Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah, because my best friend and I were like, out of nowhere, the one day we were like, let's watch Mamma Mia. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just do it. Because we hadn't seen it in so long and we're both obsessed with it. And then I got Kurt to watch it and I was like, the new one's coming out soon. So you need to watch that one too. And we went and saw it in theaters and he's like, you know what? I love this movie. I do.
Yeah.
And now he'll just randomly start playing ABBA and then look at me and I'm like, my ovaries. I think I'm pregnant just by looking. So good. It's so good.
Oh gosh, it was funny because I went expecting to love The House of the Clock in Its Walls and be just kind of on the Mamma Mia because I was thinking it was going to be it was a sequel and they're not usually as good as the first. And like I said, I cried 3 times watching that. I went into it knowing that the mother is dead.
Yeah.
And Becca went in not having a clue. And she's like, I didn't know she was dead. I was like, it's in the trailer.
Oh man.
But yeah, even knowing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hilarious stuff in it. I was going back and forth between laughing and crying while watching this.
I liked it more than the first one. Like I love cheesy movies and the first one was so cheesy. It was cheese perfection. But the second one was less cheesy. And it was better made and everything.
Yeah.
Again, the first one came out 10 years ago. So things have changed. But it was it was so good. And the casting was perfect. It was It was excellent. Like the younger characters for each
Yes.
of the three dads and then the mom were perfect.
And her friends.
Yeah.
Like the younger characters of her friends were great too.
And like they were all exact. Like they went back in time and they found them. Like it was perfect. Oh, I want to watch it again.
Yeah, it was good. I was like, it was funny because, you know, the drive-in doesn't start the first movie until after it's dark outside. So it's like nowadays it's like 8:30 when the movie starts, but it used to be later. And so then you have the whole first movie and then like a 15-minute intermission and then a second movie. So we don't usually leave there until like 1 o'clock in the morning. And after watching the first movie, and it was just kind of and we knew that the next one was a sequel that we were going to watch, Becca was like, we really don't have to stay. We don't have to stay and watch the other one. And I was like, oh, I want to. You know, we're already here.
Yeah.
And I was so glad that we did because it was so good. And I was like, this was worth it to go to the drive-in just for this one movie.
It was perfect. Everything was so well done. And just.
But yeah, I love that's one of my favorite things here in the Chattanooga area is the drive-in. I love where we live because we have so much cool stuff around here.
Yeah, I wish we had.
We're an hour away from Chattanooga. Not too far, are we?
No, we're in Nashville.
Yeah.
So about an hour.
It's like the drive-in that I go to is like half an hour away. It's in Trenton, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Because Chattanooga is like right there on the Tennessee-Georgia line.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think we have any drive-in theaters.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we have all kinds of caverns, and there's a huge underground waterfall called Ruby Falls. You should look up Ruby Falls.
I've been there.
Yeah,
Nice.
Zoe, you should totally look up Ruby Falls. It's a super cool place.
It is.
It's like, I forget how many feet underground you go into these caves and you make your way. You get to see all kinds of cool stalactites and stalagmites and all that stuff. And then you get to the end and there's this gigantic underground waterfall.
That's
You're
so
in a mountain. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yep.
That's one of the many things we have here in Chattanooga.
See, I'm just like 3 hours away to Niagara. Yeah, 3 hours away to Niagara Falls. So it's that's like our day trips. It's
We went to Niagara Falls like forever ago.
I love Niagara. It's the whole area is fantastic. Actually, I was talking to who the hell was it? The girl I'm doing the buddy read for the Infernal Devices with. She's from Wales, right? And I was trying to explain to her how big Canada is. And it's just, she looked up on the map, like on Google Maps, to drive the entire way across Wales is like 4.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, to drive 4.5 hours is for me to Toronto. You can drive over 20 hours and still be in the same province.
Yeah. People have a hard time like grasping the concept of how big it is here.
Yeah.
We've hosted several exchange students from different places, and like we've hosted students from Thailand and also from France and from Germany and Kazakhstan. And over in Europe, like those countries you think are a lot bigger than they actually are, but they're quite small.
They're tiny.
And they, they can drive from, wherever in Germany to, somewhere in Italy, on a, day's trip or something like that.
Yeah. One of my old best friends moved to Germany, and him and his boyfriend the one year went to Italy for some authentic Italian food for Valentine's Day. And then they went to France for baguettes after. Like, what the hell?
Because it's all so close.
I wish. Like, it was like a romantic getaway just for dinner going to Italy. Like, again, it's like driving from here to Toronto. I've done that so many times just for the day and then back, and it's like you're going to 3 different countries in one day. Excuse me? Like,
but it's like their countries are like almost the size of, you know, we're in the US, so almost the size of our states.
yeah.
So it's really like just going from, you know, visiting a couple of states. Like I could literally travel to, you know, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, all of those within just a couple of hours.
Yeah. See, you guys have so many different states in like the same amount of space that we have 10 provinces and 3 territories. Like there's
But then the state of Tennessee, just my state, is bigger than Thailand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did this thing where like I was trying to show her, and I superimposed Ontario, where I'm from, over the UK, and it was bigger than the entire UK.
Oh wow.
Multiple countries in one, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, it's huge." I'm like, "I know. It's huge." And like Ontario is bigger. I think only Alaska is bigger than Ontario. Mm-hmm. So it's like the sheer amount of space in this province is ridiculous.
You also have like a lot of open space too, don't you?
Yeah. Most of the population lives along like the US border, like within a few hours distance of it. But like the territories, there's not many people. I don't even know. Let's see. Because the territories are farther north than the provinces, right? So let's see. The biggest one. No, I don't want images. I want the actual thing.
So is Toronto a province on its own, or?
No, that's a city in Ontario.
City.
Oh, okay.
The territory of none of it has 35,000 people.
Oh wow.
Let's see, Northwest. Northwest Territories, 41,000. So like there's nobody living up there, right? And then Yukon again is 35,000. So Ontario we have Toronto, which everybody knows, and Ottawa, which is the capital of the whole country. So Ontario has a much bigger population, but I think Canada, last time I saw, was only at like 35 million people. So it's like a small country in a big space.
I think it's because the further north, you know, in Canada is too cold, like Alaska cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 36 million people in Canada. So like there's not many at all. There's really not that much compared to like the land mass. There's so much empty space in Canada.
That's like the Midwest of the US.
Yeah. Like it's a gorgeous country, but there's not many people.
I mean, if you're ever in Atlanta, Chattanooga is only like 2 hours north of that. I go to Atlanta all the time. That Decatur Book Festival is just outside of Atlanta, first weekend of September.
So where is Y'all Fest at?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, that's right.
Nova Scotia is beautiful. My brother lives in Nova Scotia, actually, and it's fantastic. It's like a 24-hour drive from us, and it's 3 provinces away. Like it's a lot. But like the Maritimes are so nice. It's on the East Coast, so it's gorgeous there.
I've been to Nova Scotia on a cruise.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Nova Scotia is like 3/4 of it, I think, is surrounded by water. So it's almost entirely an island. Yeah. I go visit my brother to see his children, his wife, and the province, not him.
Yeah, if you're gonna visit Atlanta in September, go the first weekend, Labor Day weekend, because that's where. There's also the thing called Dragon Con going on that same weekend in Atlanta. So the Decatur Book Festival is just outside of Atlanta in Decatur. And in Atlanta is Dragon Con, which is a big, like, I think it's like anime or something like comic book care. It's like a Comic Con kind of thing.
Let's
But it's
Google.
called Dragon Con. It's supposed to be huge. But I was too busy with the book festival to.
Yeah, I've yet to be at any book convention. I want to go.
I'm obsessed. I plan on going to the BEA and BookCon next year.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
So it's focusing on science fiction and fantasy, gaming, comics, literature, art, music, and film.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
I do know that there's like Star Trek and Star Wars kind of stuff involved with it.
Sounds fantastic.
That was like stuff that I saw pop up when I was looking at it. I know that they have like a huge parade. The morning that it starts, I believe, and there's like all these people in costumes and stuff, and they get like 80,000 people turn up for the parade or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the London Comic Con. We were gonna go to that one actually, because London is 2 hours north of me, London, Ontario.
Yeah.
So I know they have some stuff there. Like the thing is, nothing ever comes to Detroit. Detroit has like nothing, which sucks because it's 5 minutes away from me, and it's so easy to get there. It's like we were talking about it. I forget with who it was with that we were saying this, but like, I always hear people in the States, they're like, oh, I don't have a passport. I can't go to another country. I have to wait for a passport. But the city that I'm from, everybody has a passport. They're like, it's not the norm to not have a passport because we're right next to Detroit and they have better shopping. So it's like everybody gets one from a super young age. You have a passport. And it's weird to me to think that like the majority of people in the States don't have one. Because
Yeah, well, a lot of the places here, I mean, it's such a huge place that you can travel to like every different kind of climate and experience all different kinds of things without ever leaving the country because it's so huge. And like, for example, granted, we've traveled and gone to several countries, and I mean, I have to renew my passport, but a lot of people here, they've never gone anywhere but here, or maybe the surrounding states. That's the farthest they've ever gone.
Yeah.
And so they don't really need a passport.
Yeah.
You don't have any Barnes and Noble at all in Canada?
No, not that I know of.
Chapters?
Chapters.
Yeah, I've never seen a Chapters before.
Chapters is the Canadian company. Chapters Indigo.
Oh, okay.
They're opening up some chapters. I think one's opening in like New Jersey or something.
Oh, wow.
But I don't think they have any actual like branded Barnes and Noble in Canada.
Yeah.
So
Tammy says she's booking a plane ticket for Atlanta. Well, I'll be there, so you can like find me and I'll give you one of my bookmarks. I actually had people come up to me that came to the Decatur Book Festival because of watching my videos, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And I gave them my bookmark.
That's cool.
Have y'all seen my bookmark?
I think you showed it in the video, one of your videos. Yeah, that's cool. So Zoe, have you ever actually been to a Barnes and Noble?
Oh yeah.
Are the prices the same as
No,
chapters?
no,
No.
the currency difference.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's probably more expensive.
I don't have. I only have Harry Potter with me.
Yeah, and instead of making a business card, I made bookmarks.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love bookmarks.
all of the books in Canada, like at least where I am, have like the Canadian price and the US price, and the Canadian ones are always more expensive.
Oh wow.
Like I
Thank
don't
you,
think
makers.
I've ever seen it where the Canadian price is cheaper because our currency is so much different.
Oh wow.
It's garbage right now compared to US currency.
Yeah.
The first time we ever went to Canada, gosh, we were like 18 and 19, I think. And it was back when you didn't need to have a passport to actually go between the US and Canada. You could just go.
Mm-hmm.
And you just needed a driver's license and you could go. And we went to Niagara Falls and we were staying on the Canada side. And we were using our debit card while we were over there, and we paid for everything over there. And our bank messed up. And whatever, okay, so say it was $100 Canadian, and that equaled $80 US. I don't know what the rate was or how it is right now, but let's just say that, for example. They charged us the $100.
Oh wow.
When it was supposed to be $100 Canadian, $80 US.
Oh wow.
So they did that for every single transaction we had. And then the day we left Canada and we drove across the border into New York, we stopped for gas and we were declined because it was like overdrawn because they had messed up. And we called the bank and we're like, what's going on? And they're like, well, we can fix it. You know, this is the issue that happened. We're very sorry. We'll get this resolved. But it could take 24 hours. So we're like, we're 18 years old. We're stuck in New York with no money, no gas, no food, no place to stay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I had a big binder full of CDs, and the guy that worked at the gas station was really nice, and he bought our CDs. We like figured out how much money we needed to get gas and food and whatever all the way back to Tennessee. And he bought our CDs for that.
That's nice.
That was so nice.
Because we were like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
I would have been scared.
Yeah, that was probably one of the scariest times because
I can
we had
imagine.
never really gone anywhere, and then we got trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, put a bank manager on the phone now and give me my money.
Yeah. Well, when you're that young too, like you don't know what to do, right? And it's
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But-
you don't know what to ask, you don't know what to say, you don't know how to really be assertive for some things.
Right.
Like, I mean, now if that were to happen to me now, I would have had it fixed. Right then. I would have been like, no, you gotta fix this because I'm like so many hours away from home and I have no place to sleep, no place to stay. Y'all gotta credit me something.
Yeah. I mean, you just hop back over to Canada, drinking age is lower, everything's fine.
Except we still have no place to stay or food to eat.
Yeah, but it's Canada. You ask and somebody will do it for you. Somebody will take you in for the day.
It was funny the next time we went to we were going to go to Niagara Falls. We did go, but we ended up having to stay on the US side because it was like they had just done the passport thing where you had to have a passport to go into Canada. And we had passports, but my husband's parents, who we were taking to go there, they didn't have passports. And we already had our hotel on the Canada side booked and everything. But we had to get it all changed because they couldn't go over.
Yeah, a couple months ago, maybe last year. I don't know. I don't know when this happened. Because the university that I went to is right on the riverfront with Detroit on the other side, right? Mm-hmm. So if you go into the wrong part of one of the parking lots, you're going to go over the bridge to enter Detroit. And Kurt did that because he's an electrician and he was going to work on a building at the university, and he went down the wrong little ramp and ended up in the thing for customs. And he's like, oh shit, I don't have my passport on me. I just went to work today. Like I didn't think I would need it. Oh, so wow. He tells the guy that he's like, I meant to go into like this parking lot and I went here. Can I just turn around and go back? He's like, no, it's a one way. You have to go over to the States. And he's like, what the hell? I don't have my passport.
Yeah. Oh.
He made him go all the way around. It's honestly like a 5-minute drive there, but he got held up at the American side because he didn't have his passport, and he's trying to explain to him, and it took him, I think he said like a couple hours to get back.
Oh my gosh.
In the middle of his work day, he's calling his boss, and he's like, man, I'm sorry, but this happened. And if he had to call his boss while he was over there, he's roaming. And he's all, I'm like, are you kidding? Like, the guy just wouldn't let you back up and go around. I'm like, now, next time, like, don't even keep going. Just turn around. It's a one way, but you can get out. Like
from now on, bring your passport to work.
That happens around the university, especially like first years that don't know what they're doing. They'll go down the wrong way, and it's like, surprise, you're in America. Like, why? And that's one of the reasons why everyone has a passport here, because you take a wrong turn and you're in Detroit. Like,
that's funny.
It's like terrible. The poor thing. Like, your life sucks.
Bless his heart. That was a bad day then.
Okay. We have been at this for 3.5 hours.
Oh my God. I have to pee. I just realized what this feeling is. I have to pee.
So we should probably end this and I guess just pick back up on this conversation next month.
Yeah.
I hate to end it, but because it's a lot of fun just chatting, but
yeah.
And I need to pee too. Thanks again for letting us be a part of it.
Yes, thank you so
much
much
for joining. This is awesome.
You're very welcome. And bye, Tammy. And bye everybody else. And this has been so much fun. And we will see you next month on Zoe's channel. And thank you, Zoe, for joining me for this experience. And
thank you for inviting me. This is a big moment for both of you guys reading this for the first time. This so
exciting. And for your first live show too.
Yeah, this was my first live show. My internet went better than expected. Everything was fine.
We'll have to communicate a little prior to the next one, just for helping you set up the event, because it's kind of weird.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. And I don't know if you can give us a big thumbs up, but if you can, you should do that. And make sure you're subscribed to all our channels. And we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Bye.